Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Voice crack there. Live radio is fun. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you go to listen live via the streaming. Free always. Don't miss anything. But hey, if you do, we got you. Loosey-goosey. We'll post everything on iTunes and in our own audio vault. You can email the program if you like. It's jcs at 979ESPNradio.com. Find us on YouTube currently. Hello, YouTubers. Good to see you. ESPN Tallahassee on YouTube. Periscope at 979ESPN Radio. Yeah, man. It's Libations Friday. Here we go. Here we go. Great game last night. Poor ending. Interesting ending. Exciting ending. But damn it, man. Yeah, I'm getting close to where you ask me this every time I have this complaint. Every time I go in on this, you say, all right, I got you. But when are you going to walk away? And I'm kind of stuck because I can't, and I do love the game, and I host a sports talk show. But I would like the ability to not only express my feelings about how officials and the NFL's ever-changing attempts to officiate the sport are ruining the moments in which the players are making the difference on the field. I'd like to express my discontent with that in a way that would ring not hollow, but make a difference. And I think that me, along with thousands and thousands, if not millions of other football fans, feel that way. And I'm not even talking about the pig-headed bunch that, doesn't want to see safety adjustments and all that other stuff. No, I'm just talking about people who love the game and want the players to decide the game and understand that within the context of the rules of football and football in general is this risk inherent to the game and an understanding that guys get hurt. And now that that's all out on the table and all the studies are being done and we can talk openly and honestly about concussions and so forth, now that anybody that's playing is no longer in the dark on that issue, understand that people know what they're signing up for and let them beat the bejesus out of each other without constantly throwing flags that make the difference in games.
Yeah, I agree. The common sense would say it's like a much more serious version of signing that waiver when you go to play laser tag or rock climbing.
More serious.
You know what I mean? Like you go to the rock gym here in Tallahassee.
You could get hurt.
You could get hurt. You got to sign this paperwork.
I got it. Yeah.
There's a pickup hockey league here in Tallahassee, roller hockey. You got to sign a waiver.
Yeah. Now go play hockey.
Right. We're not liable. You're not throwing the hospital costs at us.
Yeah.
If you bust ass because you can't skate, not our problem.
Yes. And listen, we talk about bigger, stronger, faster constantly, right? We talk about the amazing level of athleticism that has been developed over the years, sport-specific nutrition and exercise and all these things, the explosiveness with which workouts are now geared and all that. You're trying to tell defenders to cover, Tyreek Hill or whomever else, and you can't touch them at all, even a little bit. Good luck, bro. What are we doing?
If you hit him and lower your head, and that's him standing upright completely because he's so tiny, and those helmets meet, can't do that.
Well, or even just hand jostling. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got guys now, they're throwing flags, calling interference, which we know is overly penal in the NFL. I'm desperate. I'm flushed out of the pocket. I heave it up 60 yards if I got a great arm down the field, and I underthrow you, and you try to turn around and make a play, and you get an interference call. That's a 60-yard penalty to bail me out. What are we doing?
Listen, the Bucs got the benefit of the doubt on that a couple of weeks ago against
wrong.
Carolina, but there's no such thing as a 60-yard down the field back shoulder fade. You know what you're not intending to do that.
No.
And you shouldn't be rewarded for not having enough arm.
Well, and what's weird is I fall into this camp, and I'll get to the FSU stuff in a second. We have not hired an offensive coordinator. We do have news on Josh Ball. That said, here you go. What I don't like, and there's been an initiative in the league, and good job Troy Aikman last night. He's brought it up more than once this year, and I give him credit for this because I can tell it bothers him because he thinks it affects the integrity of the game, and he's right. It does affect the integrity of the game. He's tired of third down penalties specifically that are ticky-tack, that prolong drives. And because the league wanted to see scoring go up and offense go up, they call anything on third down. So defenses are doing everything they can to get off the field, and borderline calls on 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 13, incomplete passes. These offenses get bailed out. They get a second chance, all but guaranteeing more points in a game, and it drives me nuts. You win the battle on 1st and 2nd down. You work so hard to do so, and then it's marginalized by the fact that on third down, if I bump you and we're both going for the ball, I'm almost certainly going to be called for defensive pass interference, and you're going to get that first down after all, and it's nonsense.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and this has been something I've harped on for a long time, because whether it's the old days, for me, the old days, and it's Jerry Rice lining up against Deion Sanders, or now where it's Jalen lining up against Nuke Hopkins, before the snap, they're lined up one-on-one right across from each other. I can call one thing, only one thing on a receiver, but I can call 3 different types of things on Jalen.
Illegal contact, holding, pass interference, yes.
And that says it all about the way the game is officiated and where priorities are. Yes.
Well, and what you ended up having, and what's funny is I do find myself on the other side of this sometimes, whereas today the talking point was, for those that didn't see it, I'm talking about the Chargers and the Chiefs game last night. It featured a furious comeback in the last 5 minutes. Our man, Angry Phillip Rivers, was spectacular yet again. The game ends 29-28. The Chargers break a 9-game losing streak to the Chiefs. They do it on the road. Second time this year in the last two weeks that the Chargers, or 3 weeks, that the Chargers have been on the road on either a Monday night, a Sunday night, a Thursday night. Big showcase game against an elite team. First time it was the Steelers. They were down 16. He leads them all the way back to pull the upset there. This time they're in Kansas City, down 14, 5 to play. They score twice. Second time, go for 2, get the win, 29-28. You would want to celebrate that game. You should be celebrating that game. It had a little bit of everything, including some sloppiness, but a little bit of everything. And instead, unfortunately, I think the lead is the 17 penalties and the third down conversions aided by penalties and the ticky-tack interference call where a hand gets pushed while we're going up for the football. First of all, the touchdown catch, even though they reviewed it, it's not a catch. He's out of bounds, but all right. This drives me batty.
Boy, you went to bed angry, didn't you?
Well, they can't get reviews right. And that that's another thing I have a problem with. They can't get reviews right. What are we doing? It's a review. It's not hard. They screwed it up all the time. And so you get this Mike Williams draws a flag. By the way, Joe Buck described that play as offensive pass interference, a push-off by Mike Williams. And they go back, and Kendall Fuller and the Chiefs are sitting there like, what are we doing here? And you just gave them a game-tying touchdown. In essence, you just gave it to them. All right, so that said, where I find myself really probably at a distance with everybody else on these rules is, okay, with 16 seconds left, you get the hit from Dorian O'Daniel. You've seen that hit now on Phillip Rivers. By the rule, that's helmet to helmet. If we're playing football out here, I'm glad they didn't call that, because it's a bang-bang play, and he slides at the very last second. I'm protecting my goal line. The game is on the line. I got no time to be non-committal.
Yeah.
I got to come at you with what I got here to ensure you're going down before we get to the 3 or the 1 or what. You know what I mean?
One of the oft-debated hits from last year was the Kiko Alonso hit. It was on a Thursday night. And he's committed before the quarterback he was beginning to slide.
And it's a big boy game.
Yeah.
People are going to get hit, man. And these are big, strong guys. And when they fully commit, sometimes it looks ugly. Sometimes it is ugly. I get what they're trying to do in that regard. And I think by the letter of the law, that's a flag 99% of the time. But I don't like that rule because there was no intent there. And again, he lowers last second. I'm aiming at his waist. I'm aiming at his ribs when he takes it to the ground. And you're going to tell me these guys, and you hear announcers say this a lot, not as much in the way of former NFL players. You'll hear it from the play-by-play announcer. And you'll certainly hear it from columnists the next day and talk show hosts like myself, and it drives me nuts, that well, he's got to let up there. He's got to know you can't do that there. He had time to stop. I think people misgauge how committed you have to be to hitting a son of a bitch when you are trying to take down a 6'4", 220-pound man who doesn't want to go down. You have got to commit in a way, or else you hurt yourself.
Yeah, clearly you've never been in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time.
You're sprinting, too. You're running as hard as you can.
You're committing. You're triggering. You come now, and people will act like a step and a half you could eat. No, you can't. You cannot.
No, there was a play in the oft talked about earlier this season Minnesota Green Bay game And it wasn't the one that Clay Matthews hit. It's the interior lineman for the Packers. Lets up. He basically bear hugs Cousins.
And he runs off, yeah.
And Cousins runs off and makes a play because he didn't want to do what people beg for people, defensive backs, linebackers, defensive linemen. Don't finish the play. You can let up. Well, he lets up, and what happens? Play on, the referee says. That's ridiculous.
That said, great comeback for the Chargers. Huge win. Fun game, 29-28. And Phillip Rivers keeping the dream alive that at the age of 37, he's having an MVP-type season. He is most certainly in that conversation now. And the Chargers have a chance. They're one of the 4 teams, we think, maybe 5. It's interesting playoffs this year that have a legit chance to make a Super Bowl run. Oh. And I do believe that to some extent he'll be a sentimental favorite if it happens because of the big names and the Hall of Fame careers that are still out there Sunday to Sunday that compete at the highest level and put up numbers. Phillip Rivers is the one guy that doesn't have that ring.
I mean, you could pretty much fill out the AFC end of the bracket, and everybody's dangerous. I mean, Indianapolis could be dangerous on a given week. Baltimore's defense makes them dangerous if they have to go on the road. Let's just say they play outdoors.
They almost beat the Chiefs last week. They had them beat. It's a 4th and 9 and a 4th and 2 conversion, and one of those passes is absurd.
Yeah, with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Yeah. Not like a pocket passer who's able to get down the field with any regularity. It's causing issues for him. That zone read game, Gus Edwards is playing well.
It is. I would hang it on the defense.
Well, I'd stick to Indy as the example. So if you have Indy and Houston added into the Big Four, which are Pittsburgh, if they play well, they're dangerous in any given week. And then the 3 power teams in the AFC, which are Kansas City, L.A., and New England. I mean, that is one hell of a half of a bracket. Every one of those games can go either way.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about all the scenarios. You've got a scenario by which if the Chiefs screw up again, they could be a 5. They could fall. Or a 4.
No, yeah. I think the rule, you're protected if you're a division winner still.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that aspect of it. Yeah.
So, yes, it would be a 5 if they fell. But, I mean, they got to do a lot. There's only a couple games left for the 2 of them. 2 left? Is that right?
Yeah, they got 2 games left.
And they've got a game lead. I mean, so you got to lose both, and San Diego or LA's got to win both.
Man, it's a fun. What a cool end of the year. Just hate that so many times we end up having to talk about the officials. I can't ignore it, man. I mean, I was frustrated last night. And it's funny because I'm open. I'm an open book on the show. You guys know I like to take some of my money and place it down on the teams that I think will win.
No, you never do that.
So people think when I get mad on Twitter that instantly it's because I lost money. I don't like to bet Thursday night games. I usually leave just Thursday night games alone. Even with trends, I just kind of leave those things alone. So it wasn't like I lost money last night. It's just that I don't like to see 2 teams compete to that level, to that extent, and play as well as they did in the second half to have officials really kind of arbitrarily decide games. Because it really does feel arbitrary. Like, to one officiating crew, that kind of, hand fighting and the push-offs and all that stuff is egregious. They're going to call it every time. And others let them play. And from week to week, you just don't know what you're going to get.
This is 100% true. Crew to crew, play to play. And there are times when you realize by the second quarter, oh, well, we're just playing football today, like old school football.
Yeah, like, hey, this is going to be all right.
And then there's another crew who hates holding on the offense. And so, I mean, like Ron Winter's crew for so many years, Walt Coleman's crew, Jerome Boger's crew. Those are 3 I can think of off the top of my head. They love calling holding on the offense, especially on splash plays. Been watching for long enough to know if we get one of those guys, it may be to our benefit, but you're going to have one of those momentum-stalling holding calls on the offense. And to clean up the AFC West scenario, if Kansas City loses the final 2, then LA needs to win merely 1. But if they're tied in the standings right now, Kansas City holds the tiebreakers and all the cards.
So it is that I would point to this. We're in store for a great postseason in the NFL, a great end of the regular season in the NFL, and, of course, bowl season begins this weekend, starting tomorrow. Looking forward to it. But you want to hear about the OC search, and you want to know about the Josh Ball situation. It comes up next on the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachia Parkway for its delicious food, cold drinks, and Vegas wall of 8 50-inch flat-screen TVs. Now, the Corner Pocket gives you a new reason to start off every week at the CP. Monday Night Mania. Enjoy 50-cent wings and $5 domestic pitchers of beer every Monday night from 7:30 till 11 p.m. That's right, 50-cent wings and $5 domestic pitchers as you enjoy Monday night on the Gridiron, the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill, and Monday Mania. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
I give to you easy laundry service from my friends at Wash Around the Clock. Oh, buddy, this is a game changer. If you're like me, your life is hectic. Between work, school, your kids' sporting events and activities, well, it leaves you precious little time to kick back and take a load off. About the last thing you want to do is hours of laundry, but there it sits, staring at you, taunting. No more. That's right. More watching, less washing. Save hours of valuable time when you sign up not doing laundry with easy laundry service from Wash Around the Clock. Whether it's dry cleaning or just plain laundry, Wash Around the Clock's easy laundry service will pick up and deliver at your home or office. So sign up for free today at easylaundry.net, or you can give them a call, 850-597-9007. Again, sign up today at easylaundry.net. Oh, and by the way, I got you. Use promo code JCS20 and save 20%. That's promo code JCS20. You're saving 20% on your first order. That's easylaundry.net from Wash Around the Clock.
Hi, I'm President John Thrasher. I'm here with some of our outstanding marching chiefs. They've been invited to an incredible opportunity, and they need your help. Next June, the marching chiefs will travel to France and represent both the state of Florida and the United States at the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion on the beaches of Normandy. As both an Army veteran and the president of the university dedicated to student veteran success, I know what a meaningful opportunity this is for these talented musicians. But experiences like this can be out of reach for many students. So today, I'm asking for your support so we can send as many of our marching chiefs as possible to this monumental event. Visit give.fsu.edu/Normandy. Thank you, and go Noles!
Need help moving? Two Men and a Truck Tallahassee provides professional home and business move services, both locally and long distance. For your next move, visit twomen.com or call them at 850-224-2232. Two Men and a Truck, the movers who care.
Hey, this is the Doc. Today I have Rug Doctor's head of innovation, Rich Newhouse. What's new, Rich?
The new Pro Deep Cleaner. It's our best Rug Doctor ever. Lighter, more versatile, and tons of power.
This is not your father's Rug Doctor.
No, this is my mother's Rug Doctor. She can deep clean her carpets, furniture, but her favorite thing is the brush velocity created by the Twin Tech motors.
Now I know where you get it from, Rich. Get your home guests ready for the holiday season. Rent a Rug Doctor today at your local grocer.
Na 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 na.
I think I know what you're going for there.
Christmas time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Great. That's my favorite Christmas song.
It is a great Christmas song.
It's perfect. It is Christmas time.
They were the first band that did all that, like all those guys together doing something for somebody.
Band-Aid?
Band-Aid, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Sting and Bono and all of them.
Yeah,
were
Bono
all-
was there.
it was
Bono
all
was
good.
there.
Yeah, it was all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
It's good
Well,
stuff.
anyway, Christmas time. It is a time for those great Cuban sandwich trays, Jeff.
Pickles. Oh, baby. The pickles are always so crisp on those things.
I am the king of pickleness.
I like that, too. It's not a word, but it's an action.
Pickleness is a word. It certainly is. I just said it.
If you feel better about calling yourself the king of pickle. I'm not going to argue that you guys are the kings of the pickle. Gordos is the king of the pickle, but pickleness is not a word.
Pickleness? OMG, SMDH. Those all became words. Why not pickleness?
Those are abbreviations.
Well,
You get an abbreviation for pickleness?
Pickleness?
Gordos, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
97.9 ESPN Radio offers our congratulations to the national champion Florida State University soccer team. Your hard work and determination makes Tallahassee proud. Way to go, Noles. This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
No offensive coordinator news as of yet specifically Kendall Briles and everything we've been talking about for some time. Coverage of the coaching carousel of the Jeff Cameron Show is brought to you by our friends at the Deck Pizza Pub in downtown Tallahassee. All new this fall. Deck Pizza Pub is in the old downtown Po' Boys location on East College Avenue. Features the best Neapolitan pizza in town with craft beer and cocktails, all inside a renovated indoor restaurant and on the outdoor deck that you guys already know and love. It's the Deck Pizza Pub. Again, it would appear that Florida State will go into the all-important weekend with the massive amount of visitors in recruiting without an official announcement as to who the offensive coordinator is going to be. If you go to warchant.com and you look at what Gene Williams is writing, I'll cite him. I've gone and looked at everything, but Gene's been on this story for a good long while now, and he's noting that there are complexities that are involved with hiring Briles, and FSU has not really had to deal with the number of these contractual complexities. You're talking about an offensive line coach and Randy Clements, Kendall Briles as the OC, moving current assistants around, buyouts, the new NCAA rules that are in play. They got to make sure they get this right.
And that cites back to repurposing members of this staff. If you were to try to put them in the support staff, that may not be allowed.
Yeah, and so, if you're worried that Florida State is going to hire Kendall Briles, you should be, because it looks like that's likely. If you're excited that Florida State's going to hire Kendall Briles, then you should be, because it looks like that's going to happen. And we'll find out, but we may not find out till Monday.
Common sense dictates that if it doesn't happen, even Monday, at that point, is Kendall just going to finish out the bowl game with?
Yeah, on the 22nd for Houston.
Okay, so for the sake of a few days to make an announcement at that point, if he can't be here for this official visit weekend, I don't know what sense it makes to bring him back for the dead period.
I agree with you, and I've said all along that if it didn't happen by the end of this week, it wasn't going to happen for a little bit of time, and people will be even more frustrated. And I am not as locked in as other people on this. It just made common sense, and I also mentioned before that you don't want to hurry this. As much as people want to, and the fandom gets the best of you, and you are antsy to hear an answer, and you feel like this should get done, and what could possibly be the holdup and all of that. No, you want them to do their due diligence. You want them to get this right. You want them to be prepared to answer very tough questions once it happens. You want all of those complexities to be answered, ironed out, worked on to the point where you feel very comfortable on the day that you make it official. And if that takes another 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, then so be it.
Also, can I offer up this question? We don't know his run-pass balance and his ideal offensive philosophy. Could it be, if he wants to pass the ball more, that James Blackman might be a good fit in this offense versus one that, is based on 60-40 or 70-30 rushing the football and using the quarterback's legs?
Yeah, it could be. But that's going to be tough to sell, Tom, when Jalen Hurts starts for us next year. So,
well, isn't that true?
I'm just going to
That's why we got that extra year. That's what that red shirt was all about.
Josh Ball, offensive lineman who was rumored maybe to be coming back to Florida State. Of course, his case well documented. You could look it up online if you'd like to, but at this point, the former four-star prospect from Virginia who went to Butler Community College this past year after being suspended from the university following the spring semester due to a student conduct code of violence. That included a series of alleged assaults against his former girlfriend, which is a big damn deal. He is not coming back, he announced on Twitter. Where else? And said that I have made the determination to stay closer to family and not return to Florida State, even though I have been cleared and in good standing to do so by the Florida State administration. He goes on to thank the coaching staff for working with him, and he valued his time at Florida State. He said he wanted to stay home, to closer to home, become a better football player and student athlete. At the end, he goes on to talk about having been put in an untenable situation and says that he is, in fact, an advocate of women's rights, equality, and due process, and always will be. Okay. Well, enough here. He's not coming back. There we go.
I don't know that it's worth it to ask, but I find it interesting that he says he was cleared by Florida State's administration, yet we did not hear that first before this announcement. I would wonder if it's worth verifying with the university that he would.
I think
that he would be reinstated.
I think he may have been It's not worth speculating. He may have been cleared to come back to school, but there was no talk of him necessarily being cleared to come back and play football. I don't know.
Well, the report was that if he was cleared by the university's higher-ups, by Westcott, I guess you could say,
yes,
that the football program would take him back. So I'd be interested to see if what he's saying there is accurate, that the university said, yeah, you can come back here. There's a story there. There's something behind the scenes going on. That's not as simple as at the 11th hour he decided not to come back to FSU. Somebody suggested somewhere along the way that maybe this isn't the right place.
Well, also I think he's citing what he describes as an untenable situation. Well, oddly, I will agree with him. Yeah, you don't need to be here. We'll leave it at that. People will read into that if they want to. I'm not even saying that. I'm just talking about all parties involved. Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
It is, by the dictionary definition.
Not what you want to do here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. So, you go from there. I mean, it's now we turn the page and wait for the hire of the offensive coordinator. We wait to find out how this visitation weekend will end. A lot of key components to, presumably, for next year's team making their way to Tallahassee. Welcome on in, guys. Lovely city, not always this rainy, and we could certainly use your services.
You know who's here this weekend?
Dante Lucas.
You're damn right he is.
I know he is. My man. What's up, Dante? Good to hear you're signing with Florida State.
All right, that's a big hand.
I mean, he hasn't told me that. I'm just doing what I do on the Jeff Cameron Show, which is ensure these kinds of big-time signings by speaking it into being. As I've done with former defensive tackles year in and year out, I've switched my attention this year to guards, tackles, centers, anybody who plays on the offensive line. In fact, over the course of the next several days, I'll just start mentioning randomly JUCOs, grad transfers, freshmen, you name it. If you're an offensive lineman and I think you're worth a damn or somebody else does and they've described it to me, you'll probably get mentioned. And welcome aboard, kiddos.
All right, that's a big hand.
Good to have you on board. Now, Dante Lucas, I can say, meets that rare description of a player that is a recruit coming from high school, IMG, wherever, that I have seen and watched closely in video and anything else that's been posted of him. I have celebrated the way that Recruitniks do all of our potential athletes. He's the one, Tom, that I've said, yes, sir.
All right, that's a big hand.
And so I'm just going to announce it. I'm going to announce that it's happened. Dante Lucas is a Knoll. And once it happens, I'll take credit for it, too, over and over and over again.
It's another breaking news nugget.
It's like when I got
Jeff Cameron Show.
Well, it's like when I got Marvin Wilson here.
Brilliant.
Did what I had to do.
Brilliant. He's done it again.
Who started nodding to the Knowles? This guy.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy. Goldman. This guy right here. This guy. Talked about it at length. And now I got Dante Lucas here.
We had the Marv alarm last year.
That's right. Good times. Dante will be here. Man, is he going to be something. Instant impact player.
It's that time of year again where you get to shop for the naughty and the nice. Make it easy. Super Lube it with a Super Change card. Visit any of our 19 area Super Lube locations, buy 3 oil changes and get 1 free. And for a limited time, you'll also receive a free fuel system cleaner. Super Lube. It's quick and convenient, and you never need an appointment. Hurry in and get your Super Change card plus a free fuel system cleaner today.
How I love to Super Lube my car, lube my car. How I love to Super Lube my car, yes sir.
Thursdays are Friday Eve, and that's a reason to celebrate. No matter what you're looking for, they've got you covered every Thursday down in College Town. Centrale offers 50% off select pizzas all day, every Thursday. Or you can stop by Township for Taco Thursday. $2 house tacos, $2. Madison Social offers the Social Agreement. You and a buddy can split 1 order of wings, 2 Madso burgers, 2 bourbons, 2 proof Madison Socials, all for just $40. See what they did there? And don't worry about parking. Plenty of spaces available in the parking deck or surrounding lots. Check out out all the Thursday College Town deals right now on ThursdaysInCollegetown.com. Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
Hey sports fans, who's on your Mount Rushmore of baseball? I'm going with Ruth, Cobb, Aaron, and Mantle. Football, I've got Bradshaw, Peyton, Montana, and Brady. In basketball, Jabbar, Jordan, Bird, and LeBron. This debate could go on, but when it comes to the Mount Rushmore of personal injury law in Tallahassee, the choice is clear. Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey. Recently voted Tallahassee's best law firm, so avoid the underdog and go with the favorite. Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey.
Still looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Orca Coolers has something for everyone on your list. This Friday, December 14th, you can shop Orca's Last Chance Sale, where you'll receive 20% off site-wide on America's best high-end coolers and drinkware. Additional discounts will be given on certain products every 2 hours starting at 7 a.m. So don't miss your last chance to make this the coolest Christmas ever. Shop now at orcacoolers.com.
It's Kohl's Super Saturday. Take an extra 15% off when you spend under $100, or take an extra 20% off when you spend $100 or more. Give joy with cozy sweaters, cuddle bed sheets, or a diamond ring. And get joy with Kohl's Cash. Plus, snap a free picture in-store with Santa, Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. Give joy, get joy at Kohl's. Select styles, 15 and 20% offers valid December 9th through 24th with promo code SNOWMAN. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Eagles coach Doug Peterson says quarterback Carson Wentz doesn't need surgery but is questionable for Sunday's game against the Rams with a stress fracture in his back. Wentz will travel with the team. He will eventually need rest for the injury to heal. The Chargers beat the Chiefs last night after coming from 14 points down in the fourth quarter. After a touchdown with 4 seconds left, Phillip Rivers finds a wide-open Mike Williams for a game-winning two-point conversion. ESPN's Steve Young.
Anthony Lynn, as a young coach, you say to yourself, what are the odds? What would you do? Would you take one play from the two on the road in Kansas City with all that's, or would you want to play it out and drip it out? And I just think that the coaches more and more are saying, no, I got my shot here on the road, I'm going to take it. And with that bad trade-off by two corners that just didn't trade off well, just wide open. I don't remember a play like that where it's just a bust from the one. It's very unusual.
The Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a win and snap a 9-game losing streak against the Chiefs. The last time they beat them was 2013, which was the last year they made the playoffs. The Jets put the team's leading rusher Isaiah Crowell on injured reserve with a toe injury. He'll miss the rest of the season, ending his streak of playing in 77 straight games to start his career. Dirk Nowitzki finally made his season debut for the Mavericks last night, officially starting his 21st season with the team. That's a new NBA record, breaking Kobe Bryant's mark with the Lakers. Nowitzki missed the first 26 games of the season after surgery on bone spurs in his left ankle. Suns president Jason Rowley says the team is not talking with any other cities about a possible relocation. A Phoenix City Council vote on the proposed renovation of the Talking Stick Resort Arena has been postponed until January.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachia Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Now, I was talking about yesterday, Tom, and we'll talk about in-game betting later. But if we go to Vegas, I want to see how these things look when we're out there. I was just looking at it. Doug Kazarian from ESPN does a great job with all the betting stuff. Noted that if there are people wondering about the live in-game wagering, there's a new spread every time out. How cool is that? It's just a new line every time out. That's dangerous.
What I want to know is how is Vegas going to up the ante for sports gamblers to make it even better out there? Think they're going to be as stingy with the drinks now that you can sports bet in multiple states? I don't think so.
No, you're right.
They're going to have to up the ante on the free drinks game.
Well, they don't mind giving that away. Hell, they give away sweets.
Yeah, but when I was at the MGM, and that was the day that Seattle found a way to escape because of the Blair Walsh miss, and the MGM went nuts.
Yeah.
They'd only give you one drink
Ticket.
per
How many
active ticket.
tickets? Yeah.
And they'd cross them off. They'd be very stingy. Now, when I went to the Mirage years ago, they didn't give a damn.
No, but it depends on how much you're spending, too, and how long you're there. I mean,
I wasn't there all day. It was just for one game.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, how long are you staying with them? Are you staying at the resort?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, right.
I mean, they'll. I mean, if you're spending a lot of money, you're going to get. Don't worry about the tickets. Oh, Mr. Lang, please.
Well,
I mean, that's how that goes.
Of course, I mean,
Yeah. No, but if you're, that's all about what kind of whale are you, I guess. So, how much you're spending.
Now they're all going to be whales because they can do it in Atlantic City if they want to.
Good times. So I'm glad to hear that Josh Ball's not coming back. I'm not going to further have a discussion about that, but I think that's probably wise, especially if we are on the cusp of bringing in who it looks like we're bringing in as the OC. At some point, we will only talk about the football aspect of this. I think we've talked at length about the other stuff. From a football standpoint, because we got a lot of these emails, Tom, they wanted to know how Kendall Briles' offense aligns with that of Willie Taggart's. And I've mentioned it numerous times, maybe in passing, I suppose. It's a perfect fit. It's what he wants to do. And it's one of the coaches that he went and visited when he was trying to implement this offense. So from that sense, it's a marriage. It's perfect.
Well, yes, philosophically, not just about what they like to do in terms of concepts, play to play, but tempo. He's the fastest. It's the fastest offense in the country, and that's exactly what Willie wants. If it's going to be between fast, faster, and fastest, he wants the latter of the three. He wants to go as quickly as humanly possible, and we'll see what happens. If this guy comes in, then yeah, absolutely, that's the direction we're going.
If you need a new pillow, now's the time to get it. You should get it. Go to, with the holidays right around the corner, go to mypillow.com. That's mypillow.com. I can't speak. What's going on here on a Friday? What are we doing here? It is the best price ever. Free shipping, extended money-back guarantee. What else do you need? Go to mypillow.com. Click on the Christmas special. Enter my promo code 979ESPN. What you get when you do that? 2 premium pillows, 2 go-anywhere pillows. Nothing better than the gift of restorative sleep. By the way, you can give away 2 of those pillows as gifts, friends and family. Make it happen. Click on the Christmas special. Use my code 979ESPN to get 2 premium pillows and 2 go-anywhere pillows. Again, best price ever for a 4-pack. Free shipping and extended money-back guarantee through March. Go to mypillow.com. Click on the Christmas special. Enter my promo code 979ESPN. You needed that pillow. I needed that pillow. Staying up late last night to watch that ending. That was simply remarkable and enjoyable and bothersome. And I don't like that, as I said in the opening, it seems we always have to have this conversation after great games anymore in the NFL. And my question is, my follow-up to it isn't to complain more, but rather ask the question, when will they get that right? When will they say that it's worth it, that the money that they make means they cannot put at risk losing fans over something as silly as over officiating football games or incompetently officiating football games?
They're not going to do that. Not this year. They're in no danger of that. The game is much more exciting. So there's much more good than bad about this year for the NFL. Now, it looked like in the preseason heading into the first couple of weeks of the regular season that this was going to be a damning year for just those reasons, but the NFL backed off the rule changes that the competition committee had put in place. Now it's like they never existed. And the game has been really popular because there's a lot of scoring by its nature, the way games are officiated without the ticky-tack calls, just the nature of what you can do pre-snap and down the field in terms of contact. You can't make any. And offensive players, you've got a bevy of them, young quarterbacks, next-generation type players, and then players like Nuke Hopkins have a quarterback who can throw the ball to them. Tyreek Hill, of course, is breathtaking on the field, if you're just speaking about what he does on the field. you've got a next generation of some young superstars. Saquon Barkley is exciting to watch.
Game is an incredible place. Don't disagree. I just can't have it ruined every week in the waning moments of a game being decided by these brilliant athletes you're describing, only to have some old man behind the play decide that ticky-tack hand slapping's too much to overcome on 3rd and 9. We're going to keep this drive alive, kids. I mean, that's got to stop.
Well, the world's forgotten about the Monday night missed call on the field goal that was blocked. I mean, people already forget about it. In the local markets, the news cycle will persist for an extra day or two. But nationally speaking, it's on to the next. There's nothing like the NFL when it comes to being on to the next game.
They do a great job of that. I don't think that people cared enough in the Seattle game against the Vikings, partly because those two teams are average.
That's an elimination game for the Vikings in Seattle. It puts them in peril if they lose it.
Pretty much, but I don't think it was an attractive game the way this game was an attractive game.
6-0 in the fourth quarter at the time this occurred. Yes.
Yeah, ugly game. Also, that rule isn't controversial enough. It's one of those things where like, oh, you can't jump on the center. I didn't know. A lot of people are just casual about that, right? We're talking about elite wide receivers going against elite corners, and I can't breathe on you, and you're keeping drives alive on 3rd and 13 or giving away touchdowns. I mean, that's what they did last night, just giving away gifting touchdowns at the end of a game with the whole thing on the line. If that field goal had been to win the game, we'd be talking about it more. It was the second quarter. Nobody cared. 6-0 game, 2 boring-ass teams. This is – I know it was a big deal in the game, Tom.
Fourth quarter, though. Yeah.
Well, fourth quarter, sorry. I know it's a big deal in the game, but I'm saying those two teams were playing terribly. They weren't a lot of fun to watch, and they're not all that interesting. This is I don't know. And I shouldn't do it all the time, but it just drives me nuts.
Well, but these types of calls tend to go away in the playoffs. I mean, usually in the NBA, well, think about it. In the NBA, typically it's pretty clean and clear. The home team and the home team superstar will get some calls that you think are ridiculous. But when they go on the road, they don't get those calls.
No.
The opposite team superstar will get some ridiculous calls, and they go to the line for 2 shots, and you're like, well, he's out of control. How are you going to gift him 2 shots at the line? But that's the way the NBA's been forever and a day. The NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs, the way the officials call the game for those 2 months, completely different than the way they call the game in the regular season. They deny it as a league all the time, but it's true. I think the NFL is the same way. I agree with you. It's really, really annoying, but I do think that there are different levels of the way they officiate things. They'll get out of the way in the playoffs. Nobody wants to ruin at that point. It's short-sighted, but
pretty damn important game last night. My goodness gracious. By the way, Malzahn at Auburn will turn it on over, buddy. Did you hear that? Gus Malzahn is returning to his play-calling roots. I shouldn't say turning on over. He's returning to his play-calling roots for Auburn for another season. The coach addressed talk about his job security Thursday after the team's first bowl practice. He also expressed enthusiasm about reclaiming the role as offensive play caller that propelled him to that position in the first place. He spoke publicly for the first time since their loss November 24th to Alabama. Underachieving 7-5 season, the team's performance led to speculation that he would straight up be fired, even though there was a hefty $32 million buyout. I know there are a lot of things that probably weren't accurate, says Malzahn. As a head coach, you stay in your lane. You do everything you can to get it turned around. We're going to do that. He disputed several reports saying he'd agreed to rework his contract. Goes on to say that he's bet big on himself in the past, and he's going to do it again here to turn around an offense that ranked among the SEC's least productive. That starts with the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, where he'll call plays. I just find this fascinating because the offensive production at Auburn has dropped off dramatically, with Auburn ranking 75th nationally in scoring this season. He admitted the team wasn't disciplined enough at times on the field. Offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey left to take a job at Kansas. Malzahn has hired 28-year-old Kenny Dillingham away from Memphis, the offensive coordinator there.
Okay.
He was it's appropriate for me to bring this up just because Kenny Dillingham is a name that you would have heard here. Maybe not the same thing at all, but Memphis scores. And so anybody that's put up prolific offensive numbers gets mentioned alongside any other OC search, right?
Sure. Well, what's interesting here to me is that article says an underachieving 7-5 season only against preseason expectations, because the moment you saw him against Washington, that first game of the year, remember way back when that was going to be something that determines the playoff fate of the Pac-12?
Mm-hmm.
And you watch that game, it was 2 teams trying to lose. Two sloppy teams making ridiculous
Well,
mistakes.
if Washington hadn't killed themselves in the red zone, they would have won that game.
Exactly
easily,
right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't an impressive win for Auburn, and you check in on that team throughout the season. The 3 games I watched principally of Auburn's were that one, the game against Texas A&M.
Where they came back and found a way to win.
They got no business winning that
No
football
business.
game. That was a Jimbo special.
Ooh, wasn't it?
And then the Iron Bowl, they're not impressive either. The first half, they're keeping it close, and I think they're playing with emotion, but play for play, you can see it. The second half, Alabama could have dropped 50, I think, if they wanted to. I don't know that team underachieved. I just think it was kind of sorry.
Well, certainly with Stidham, they thought they'd be better. He wasn't great. In fact, he's not very good at all. In a lot of those games you just described, I watched and thought, what's the hype around this?
Where was it from last year? You know?
It's very strange. Quote, though, I do like the quote, when you go 7-5 and have aspirations of winning a championship, no one's going to be happy about this season. I'm not happy. I know our fans are not happy. I will tell you this. We've got a lot to look forward to going into next year, though. All right, well, then we'll see. Yeah, similar plights in the offseason. One's going to a bowl. They're playing Purdue. One's not. That's us, 5-7. I don't know that we have a ton to look forward to, but I bet you if Kendall Briles is hired that fans will be excited to some extent, and two opposite things are happening. It was the Willie Taggart show. He was calling plays. It was going to be, obviously, lethal simplicity, the Gulf Coast offense. Now he says, hey, somebody else take over. And in the Auburn situation, he had already given up play calling. Offense was lackluster. And Malzahn says, okay, got to go back to doing what I was doing. Because we always wonder, once you give it up, can you come back and take it back over? Is that something that you would be willing to do? And look down in Miami. Look down in Miami where they are a complete mess. Lee Sterling will join us at the beginning of the 4 o'clock hour, and I'll ask him about that because Mark Richt's got to figure something out. They're a sinking ship, man.
Yeah, it was one of the headlines when he took the gig. I'm going to start calling plays again.
Yeah, and their offense sucks. Their quarterback play is awful, and people are decommitting hourly. It's beautiful.
What's more embarrassing, that Duke and Wake Forest are in bowls and we're not, or we've lost to that Miami program the last 2 years?
That Miami program the last 2 years, especially this year when we were up 27-7 in the second half.
That's a compelling argument.
Damn it, man. I'll tell you this. It doesn't rank up there because we weren't any good. It doesn't rank up there because I've been asked this. Of the games that I've actually been in attendance for, not in the box, not on the roof, but in the stands, dealing with Miami fans. And you know that rivalry is special to me. I went to Florida State Miami games forever and a day, over 20 straight years, home or away. Some of my fondest memories are being at those particular games, both glorious wins and devastating losses with my father early on, dating all the way back to when I was in middle school. And when we were walking out of that stadium, my buddy Matt was just, I could see the grief on his face, the devastation. And I said, look, I thought, A, we were going to get killed, so I'm in some ways buoyed. B, these two teams suck. And it helped ease the pain, Tom, as I was walking. I just thought these two teams are garbage. Like, I knew right then that Miami team's going nowhere. We're already in trouble. But those Miami fans, you want to talk about a level of disappointment right now. Yes, they're at a bowl. Yes, they've beaten us 2 years in a row. This is not sour grapes. This is just straight up. They've got to be more devastated in a lot of ways. We lost 6 games a year ago. We knew we were bad. We knew there were problems on the horizon. I'll grant you 5-7 is a bitter pill to swallow, and we have our concerns, and thus we talk about it on a daily basis. But think about the false hope they were given. The prodigal son returns home. Miami wins 10 games.
Yeah, they're 10. Well, they start out 10-0.
They're ranked in the top 10.
Team of destiny with the way
back.
they won these games.
Turnover chain. Here we go. All of this. Isn't it great to have Canes back on the landscape? Yeah, they suck. They're awful. And they've got no hope moving forward right now.
Well, and it was willing it to be, too. That's the way it felt for us. I mean, I'm not going to rewrite it and say I wasn't concerned because it looked like they were using smoke and mirrors to propel their program to a place close to where it used to be. I mean, that atmosphere for both the Virginia Tech and the Notre Dame game, they were ready to explode, and they gave fans a reason to go absolutely crazy. Took control of those games against a good Notre Dame team and a Virginia Tech team that was at least nationally prominent. So in those moments, you think, oh, my God, here's the recruiting momentum they need, and they have done absolutely nothing with that momentum.
Oh, no, they've fallen off the rails, man. They're in deep trouble. JCS Holiday Bowling Tournament, it's going to happen. A reminder now, we got a new location. It's 1 week from today. I'm really looking forward to this. You have through the weekend. You have tonight. You got tomorrow and Sunday and Monday afternoon. Monday at 5 o'clock, we'll reveal the teams. Capital Lanes. Bowling begins promptly at 6:30. Please enter for your chance to be selected as one of our 12 teams. Do it now. It's very simple. Go to the website, espntallahassee.com. You'll see right on the front page the JCS bowling tournament teams are going to be notified about the field, whether you made the field, December the 17th, 5 o'clock. Of course, this year's no different than any other. We are able to collect toys and gift cards for the kids of the Guardian Ad Litem. I'm so happy to be able to do it again this year. It's self-explanatory if you go to the website, folks, and we have a great time. So if you're going to be in town, you want to help out, you can bring a couple of toys to the event or a gift card, whether that's like a Best Buy or a Target or whatever you want to do. Obviously, we love helping out the kids, and this year's no different.
It's super easy, too, on the website. It's right there on the homepage. The
bowling entries is right there.
Yeah, the form is easy to fill out, and then at the end, the checking of the box at the bottom, it just tells you what the stipulations are. Free bowling, free shoes, free food, but all we ask is that you bring some toys so somebody can smile on Christmas Day.
My favorite part of the little bowling entry thing is that you put that cool little picture of the bowling ball smiling, hunting down this pin, running for his life. He looks like a banana with those skinny little legs, like, ah. That picture's fantastic.
That's going to be part of the logo forevermore, at least on the website.
It's one of my favorites. I love it. Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports, joins us next. Stay tuned.
In the air to Kevin's Fine Outdoor Gear. Regardless of the score, you still need to stock up on all your outdoor needs to get the job done. Kevin's is the area's top outdoor retailer, featuring thousands of hunting supplies from top manufacturers in the business. If hunting's not your thing, shop their great fishing tackle selection, including Shimano, G. Loomis, St. Croix, and much, much more. Need tailgating supplies? Kevin's has the largest selection of Yeti products in North Florida. Find them at 3350 Capitol Circle Northeast, just south of I-10 exit 203. Only minutes from FSU.
We're completing our descent and will arrive in TLH shortly.
Oh, I'm so happy to be home.
Once we land, you can take off again with savings from the City of Tallahassee.
What do you mean?
The City of Tallahassee offers rebates for up to $300 in savings when you purchase energy-efficient appliances.
Wow, that would be a huge help.
The city also offers free energy audits.
What's an energy audit?
It's when an energy auditor comes to your home at the time that's convenient for you, examines your structure, and checks your energy and water systems. Then, they recommend changes that could save you energy, water, and money. The city also offers free ceiling insulation grants for qualifying customers.
Man, the city sure offers a lot of ways to save money. Once we land, I will check out all of the products and services the city has to offer. This makes me proud to call Tallahassee home.
Thank you for flying with us today. Don't forget that you can take off with savings with the City of Tallahassee. From rebates for Energy Star appliances to insulation grants, you can save energy, water, and money. Visit talgov.com for more information.
Do you want the cleanest used car, truck, or SUV at the lowest price? FranksAutoWorld.com. How has Frank's Auto World become Tallahassee's fastest growing used car dealer? Simple. Frank carries up to 70 of the cleanest used cars, trucks, and SUVs, then prices them on the internet lower than the competition. Think I'm kidding? Type in FranksAutoWorld.com on your smartphone, iPad, or desktop. Get multiple pictures and even a free Carfax of each vehicle. FranksAutoWorld.com.
Truck and car concepts, we're your one-stop shop for tripping out to truck. Truck and car concepts, people with their cars, we're number one by far.
Great gift ideas are here at Truck and Car Concepts Christmas Sale Event. Backup cameras as low as $3.99. High-tech DVD players starting at $5.99. Plus a layaway program and gift certificates.
Truck and car concepts, we're your one-stop shop for tripping out to truck. Truck and car concepts, people with their cars, we're number one by far.
Superior sound systems as low as $2.99. Plus special pricing for custom packages at Truck and Car Concepts across from Kraft Nissan on Mayan Drive. See store for details.
Truck and car concepts, we're your one-stop shop, we always aim to please. Truck and car concepts, everything is here from A to Z.
Call 656-8800. Tallahassee Family Magazine has teamed up with local businesses across our community, asking all of us to help Christmas Connection provide for needy children and families. Bring an unwrapped toy or article of clothing this week to Christmas Connection headquarters or one of their convenient drop-off locations. You'll find the locations on our website, helpchristmasconnection.com. Wishing you the joy and peace of Christmas from Dr. Eve James with Southern Smiles Family Dentistry in Quincy, Sperry & Associates Planning, Design, and Construction Services, Gain Street Pies with 3 locations, Wood and Glass on South Monroe, Tallahassee's first family in glass since 1945, Sellers Tile in Tallahassee for the best in flooring and services, and Truck and Car Concepts, aftermarket auto accessories and window tinting. Be a helper and help Christmas Connection make a difference in the lives of children and families across our community. Find out more at helpchristmasconnection.com.
Still looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Orca Coolers has something for everyone on your list. This Friday, December 14th, you can shop Orca's Last Chance Sale, where you'll receive 20% off site-wide on America's best high-end coolers and drinkware. Additional discounts will be given on certain products every 2 hours starting at 7 a.m. So don't miss your last chance to make this the coolest Christmas ever. Shop now at orcacoolers.com.
Edwin Watts Golf presents a special holiday offer from Titleist. The Pro V1 and Pro V1X are the #1 ball in golf used by tour players and amateurs around the world. And right now, they're only $39.99 a dozen, making them the #1 gift in golf. And now available, the new TS Metal Woods, 2 distinct designs that bring more speed to your game. TS2 lets you swing aggressive with maximum forgiveness across the face, while TS3 offers an adjustable sweet spot for speed-tuned performance. This holiday season, shop Edwin Watts Golf, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Eagles coach Doug Peterson says quarterback Carson Wentz doesn't need surgery but is questionable for Sunday's game against the Rams with a stress fracture in his back. Wentz will travel with the team. He will eventually need rest for the injury to heal. The Chargers beat the Chiefs last night after coming from 14 points down in the fourth quarter. After a touchdown with 4 seconds left, Phillip Rivers finds a wide-open Mike Williams for a game-winning 2-point conversion. ESPN's Steve Young.
Anthony Lynn, as a young coach, you say to yourself, what are the odds? What would you do? Would you take one play from the 2 on the road in Kansas City with all that's, or would you want to play it out and drip it out? And I just think that the coaches more and more are saying, no, I got my shot here on the road, I'm going to take it. And with that bad trade-off by two corners that just didn't trade off well, it was wide open. I don't remember a play like that where it's just a bust from the 1. It's very unusual.
The Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a win and snap a 9-game losing streak against the Chiefs. The last time they beat them was 2013, which was the last year they made the playoffs. The Jets put the team's leading rusher Isaiah Crowell on injured reserve with a toe injury. He'll miss the rest of the season, ending his streak of playing in 77 straight games to start his career. Dirk Nowitzki finally made his season debut for the Mavericks last night, officially starting his 21st season with the team. That's a new NBA record, breaking Kobe Bryant's mark with the Lakers. Nowitzki missed the first 26 games of the season after surgery on bone spurs in his left ankle. Suns president Jason Rowley says the team is not talking with any other cities about a possible relocation. A Phoenix City Council vote on the proposed renovation of the Talking Stick Resort Arena has been postponed until January.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachie Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Hour number 2, Jeff Cameron Show on this Libations Friday. Good to have you along. I'm Jeff. That's Tom. Of course, we're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you go to listen live via the streaming free. Always, you don't have to miss anything, but if you miss portions of the show, I understand. It's the busy time of year. We get you caught up. You can find all 3 hours posted upon the conclusion, both to iTunes as well as our own audio vault. It's also contained in the free WTSM app for all your mobile devices, so you're in good shape there. You can email us, jcs at 979espnradio.com. We're on YouTube. If you want to watch the show being performed, go to YouTube, type in ESPN Tallahassee, type in Jeff Cameron Show. You'll find it. All right, so, it's kind of a sad time of year. It's also an exciting time of year. You got a lot coming up, and the bowl games get underway beginning this weekend, so we get one more time around with our good friend Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports to join us, and he does as he's wont to do right now. Hello, Lee. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, it is. It is happy, sad.
Yeah. Hey, so I got to ask you up front, do you have – I imagine, and I've never asked you this, but I assume it's true, that there are a ton of people wanting to buy into this service for the bowl games because you probably handicap every one of them, right? Like for all the big bowl bonanzas?
I do. There's 41 this year. Last year was the least amount of games that I'd given out. I think we were 18-9, so gave out 27. Usually I'll have like 32 to 34, 32 to 35, and I think I'll have about that many again this year. I just spent more time, and the key is a lot of people are working full-time jobs.
Yeah,
so
you can't do it all. Yeah, it's hard.
I found so much great information this year, unlike some other years that I haven't found. Now, motivation is number one. You got if you're just looking at talent and say, "Oh, this team at home," well, forget all the games are on the road. There's no home games here. So, if you figure out the motivation and you can find tidbits of information by studying games, and like for instance, there's a game tomorrow where one of the teams, they had kids taking finals until midday today. And they're going to have to fly out 13 kids for a bowl game. So they left a couple days ago, and 13 kids have to join them. And that's a distraction. Also, there's 2 teams that hired coaches in the last 2 weeks, and those 2 coaches on the teams that they're playing against in the bowls, they were the coordinators for the other team.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
So you find out stuff like that. It's not anywhere, on these main sites like ESPN. But, if you really do some digging, you can find out some stuff. And that's one of the reasons we've been so successful. We won 18-9 last year. We're having a lot of success in the NFL. We won 11 out of 14 weeks in the NFL. This is what I'm going to do. There's 3 weeks left to the NFL. We have 41 bowl games, and like I said, we'll have something on probably 32 to 35 of them. We've got the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl. Normally it's $5.97. I put a coupon code on the website for Save 200, so it's $3.97. I'll give your show, anyone who's listening to your show, the friends and family discount code. It's Save 300. They put in coupon code Save 300. It's not on the site. They'll get everything for $2.97 through the Super Bowl. All they need to do is go to ParamountSports.com or call us here at the office, 800-400-9741.
Good work. By the way, one thing to note, too, on all those nuggets, Lee, I heard an interesting number, and I'm sure you guys look at this, too. It's that these teams that lose coaches, and you just kind of alluded to it, where coordinators come over and all that. Last year, there were 6 situations in which there was a coach departing or already had left, and their teams were going on to play in a bowl game. Only one team won that in that situation. That was Florida State, who was
although 2 years ago, these interim coaches, I don't know what they did. They did extremely well. So you have to find out, how about this situation? There's 5 teams that had, every team gets 15 bowl practices.
Right.
5 teams that took 7 or less practices.
That's crazy. That's great. Yeah, that's interesting.
Even if you're out recruiting, even if you're Miami and you're trying to, save whatever you can, you let the grad assistants run the practice.
Well, I got to wonder, speaking of which, they're on our list. We'll get to them in a minute. That's a mess down in Miami, and it is absurd, and you're locked in, and so I wanted to get your thoughts on that. But let's start with the first game on the list, Georgia giving 11 to Texas. And one would think if Georgia's interested and cares and not disappointed by their lot in life that they would beat Texas, but that's a big number. Your thoughts?
Yeah, motivation. I think Georgia's much better than Texas. Texas eventually is going to get there. They're recruiting better and better. But after losing to Alabama last 2 years in the national championship and 2 weeks ago, I don't know how they get up for this game. I think it's a real problem. So, great matchups. You want to watch some real good matchups, just watch the Texas receivers and the Georgia DBs and cornerbacks. Almost all those guys will be first and second rounders. There's going to be some great plays. Maybe like last night, you see some one-handed catches. I mean, get the receivers that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" for Texas. You got some Georgia DBs that are 6'2", 6'3", that are fast and can run and hit. So that's the fun matchup here. But I think Texas, double-digit underdog here, the way to go here. Georgia, they knew Alabama. The whole coaching staff, that's why they played them so tight. Now, I don't think they get up. I think they win the game 31-28, but give me Texas plus the 11.
All right, so now to the aforementioned Canes who are watching it fly into the side of a mountain right now. Kids decommitting left and right, questions about what's going on with that program in after year 3 with Rick. A big step backwards. Are they motivated at all against this Wisconsin team to get revenge? They're given 4.
They might say they're looking for revenge, but I can tell you this. I've never seen a team where the last couple of years, like when they were playing Boston College, I'm looking at guys' Twitter accounts, and they're complaining about the cold weather. If they thought Boston College was cold, wait until New York City, not in late October,
right,
in late December. So I think this game could get ugly. Personally, I think Mark Richt, unless he comes out and obviously he has to hire a new defensive coordinator, unless he hires an offensive coordinator or he says, listen, I made some mistakes, we're going to be more attacking, and it looks like he's going to keep his staff intact on offense. And if that's the case, he's got to come out and say something, or else why would a kid want to play here? I mean, you can say as much as you want about it being a good school, but these kids, they're locked in on thinking they're going to make the NFL, and they want to have fun, they want to be pampered, and they want a coach to tell them that, we're going to move you around, we're going to run the spread. They don't want to hear that we're going to run the ball and we're going to be conservative and did what we did for the last 30 years. NFL and college football has changed. I like Wisconsin here. I think Miami could get blown out here, but their defense is still decent. Give me Wisconsin 27-17 over Miami.
LSU is given 7.5, and UCF obviously missing a major piece to the success there at quarterback. And people wonder now, well, this will be the bubble bursting here. It's still a pretty big number. I don't know how motivated LSU will be. It's hard to get a feel for this game with the number at 7.5.
Yeah, I would love to have seen Mackenzie Milton healthy and playing in a semifinal game, but that's not going to be the case. I think what helps LSU is they're going to be forewarned by what happened to Auburn last year in the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
And Ed Orgeron seems to get his guys up. They didn't have any games where they didn't bring it. They might not have played well against teams like Florida, but I think they're going to run the ball right down UCF's throat. UCF defense average giving up the last 5 games 290 yards per game on the ground. Give them credit. I mean, they were down by 17 at the half to Memphis. They roared back. The crowd got behind them. They outscored Memphis 35-3. What is that, 25 or 26 in a row they've won now?
It's a lot. I don't pay attention to them nearly as much as everybody else, but yeah.
I think it's 26. So I have a feeling it's over. So great story, fun, but LSU puts them in their place 45-24.
Alabama's given 2 touchdowns to Oklahoma. Oklahoma can score on everybody. Right. This is not a vintage Alabama defense, but Oklahoma hasn't stopped anybody, save for Texas in that last game. 14 enough here?
The problem when you get to the semifinals, usually the team that wins it all or teams that get into the final game are teams with strong defenses. And I just don't think Oklahoma's defense is good enough. They allowed 40 points to Kansas. I've watched a couple games, Jeff, where Kansas didn't throw the ball down the field 20 yards in a game. So to allow 40 points to Kansas just shows how bad they are. I think Alabama's defense is going to tell Tua, listen, you get healthy, you do your thing, we'll take care of Kyler Murray. Murray's going to score on everyone, but Bama's going to go wild here. Roll Tide, 51-31.
Clemson giving 11.5 to Notre Dame. Maybe I'm being blatantly disrespectful or biased because I see one team a lot more than the other, but I feel like Clemson's going to kill Notre Dame. Am I wrong?
I think you are. I think that Notre Dame may not be as talented as Clemson or Alabama, but they don't have any one real weakness. And something I found, two things I kept saying over and over watching Clemson, and Clemson is talented. Their defensive line, all four of those guys are going to go in the first or second round, my opinion. But they didn't play up to expectations. And their special teams ranked just 106 out of 130 teams. I think they might miss a field goal, get a pump block that hurts them. I just think that people remember what happened to Notre Dame against Alabama a couple of years ago. I think it's going to go down to the wire, and I'm going to call this my upset of the bowl season. Notre Dame 27-26. Wrong team's favorite.
That would be a shocking development in my eyes. Your NFL game of the week, before we get to it, quick question. Do you have fun with the some of the stuff that's out in Vegas where you get the win totals for conferences in the bowl season? So, for example, the ACC's over-under win total for the conference is 4.5 in the bowl season. I love things like this.
It's fun to see it, but I don't bet it because things can happen. You know, we can find out tonight or sometimes over the weekend, early next week, and you got to bet those by early tomorrow morning. You can see some suspensions. So, you know, things come out. It can change things. I want to control as much as I can control.
Makes sense.
And I'd rather play each game individually. I actually don't do much in-game betting. One of the things I just don't do that well at, and even when I've had a couple good runs, the juice is minus 120, minus 130 on some of these in-game betting situations. And you can go 6 and 5, and that's decent and still lose money in-game betting. So I want to wager where the lines are anywhere from minus 105 to minus 110. All they need to do is hit 53, 54 to 55% to make some good money. So they want to hop on board. Friends and family discount code, save 300. It's all available. ParamountSports.com.
And also, if you do it, you'll get the Vikings and the Dolphins. Good work, Lee. Happy holidays, brother. I'll talk to you real soon.
Okay, sounds good. Take care.
All right, you too. Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. I love in-game betting, if you can do it. To sit there and watch a game and get a feel for the flow of the game, it allows you to, you know, Tom, you're really good at getting a feel for flows of games over the years when we sit together watching. You can hammer the unders and quarters all day long. When you see teams cannot block the other, and you're like, well, no, they're under 7.5 this quarter. They're not going to score more than one touchdown this quarter. I am hammering that all quarter.
Yeah, I haven't ventured down the in-game betting world or rabbit hole yet. But I can say that, you know, in certain games, if I feel something's going to happen a certain way, and then I get through 3 drives, I mean 3, not 3 per team, just 3. Sometimes I go, oh, bleep. Like, this is not what I expect.
And then you hammer it because you can do it.
Hedge your way out of it, right?
It keeps changing during the game. So you're like, okay, I'm going to hammer that now. I'm getting, you know, whatever you're getting. You love the odds there. You're like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, well, you know, maybe I'll come back the other way here on this. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, Tom.
I'll need a crash course on that from you.
You would like this would make you more interested in the NBA if you watch in-game betting in the NBA is fun.
Maybe for like the first half, but you know, the 10, 12-point lead at the end of the third quarter. Maybe the line is enticing enough, but I mean, the games do always find a way to get close. At least
you know there's going to be a run.
At least between 7 and 5 minutes to go in the game. You know, sometimes it goes all the way to the wire, but you know, it always gets more close than you think it's going to be.
Here's one for you, because I like these kinds of things, and I got a bit of an issue. The Blackhawks have now played 13 consecutive first-period overs.
Well, that's weird. That means they're giving up those goals because they don't lead hockey games.
Oh, they suck. You go, boom, we're going to hammer the over here. You're not going to get any stops. It's a beautiful thing. You just identify these trends, Tom, and you're all in, baby. No, and there are people who have a problem, and they are willing to publish their results. I mean, you can just find these things. If you follow any number of pretty locked-in betting sites, or people that are in that world, they'll post because it's like a one-upmanship thing. They love to kind of help each other out because it's everybody against the book.
Right. Yeah.
So you're trying. It's not like you lose because you point something out. Vegas is monitoring. It's not like they don't go to school on these things. Like when we went 4-1 on the overs with Ottawa, Well, school was out. Remember the numbers?
Yeah.
They kept going from 5 to 5.5 to 6, and then at one point I was trying to bet the over on Ottawa, and it was 7. You never see 7s and 7.5s.
Yeah,
but
just like, if we're just going to be silly, then we're going to account for it.
Yeah, so that's at some point they do.
It was like the numbers they would give New England or Seattle for those couple of years, the middle part of this decade. They're like, all right, 18.5.
Yeah. You're like, we can't cover. I mean, nobody is covered. Well, it was nuts because the old rule, if you're sharp, the old rule is if you get anything more than 10 in an NFL game, you take that team.
Yeah.
The problem is these double-digit covers now are fairly frequent. Well, and especially with a dominant team. So, like earlier this year, the Rams had covered something like 5 to 7 straight double-digit spreads. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Well, what the hell are we doing? It's the NFL. And they're beating people at that time by like 17, 24, that you couldn't put the number high enough. That's changed, and the weather's colder now, and so you're not going to do that.
The one thing under the table, and I don't mean it illegally, just not on the air, off the air, we had a discussion about Buffalo and hockey, and I was like, just bet against Buffalo on the money line for the next 5-6 games and see what happens. Well, you know what happened in that stretch?
What'd they do?
They lost 5 in a row.
Well, damn it, man. Well, because you were looking at all those analytics that said they should have had the win streak.
No.
They were getting outplayed in every one of the games they won.
I mean, drastically.
Yeah, shots on goal,
both ends of the ice.
Everything.
It wasn't like, all right, they suck on defense, but their offense is transcended. So, it's not sustainable, but they're winning 6 to 5 games. No, it was they're terrible on offense. They're terrible on defense.
A guy was standing on his head.
And then on the other side, we're cashing in on like the 10% of chances that we get at a ridiculous rate. Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit like last night's bogus Lightning win.
Oh.
I mean, the thing is, I watched that whole game. And I went back and forth. I was loving last night, man. Last night was so good.
Wasn't it a great sports night?
Oh,
sometimes they just pop up.
Well, that was fun. I had that on, and then in my iPad, I was watching the football game, and then sometimes I'd put the football on the big screen, and I'd switch the hockey over to my iPad.
They also worked together quite well last night with halftime and intermissions and stuff.
Yeah, and I was loving it. And so I was going back and forth with that, and I thought, this is perfect. But obviously, Toronto got the better of it last night, and yet they lose by 3 goals. And it's funny because if you don't watch that game and you get up in the morning and you do it the old school way and you look at a box score, you go, boy, that Lightning team just cannot be stopped. But if you're a Lightning fan and you watched every second of that game, you go, Toronto's a problem. Toronto's a problem. That's a problem. And, so it's just kind of funny when you see that. Now, listen, great goaltending matters, and it does translate, and he is consistently great. And so that does travel, and that does move into the playoffs. So the problem is if you're facing the Lightning and you have a night where you outskate them, you outshoot him, you outplay him. They do still have Vasilevsky, so good luck with that, because if he's going to start saving things with his butt cheeks again, you got problems. Which he did last night.
Pretty much.
The heel of his skate, the calf, the inner. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was cracking up. And every time I'd watch the replay, Tom, I laughed my ass off because at first I told my son Bryce, who I let stay up way too late because he's now hooked, obviously.
Is he?
Yeah, and we're watching. He's yelling at the TV, Dad, can I stay up just for the end of the
He's yelling at the TV?
Oh, he's into it. So and he knows the players now. So he's yelling names, and he's starting to get favorites and people that he's suspect of, where he's like, I don't know, he's screwing up too often. Like, he'll start to point out guys.
Yanni Gord last night.
Yeah. He'll start pointing out guys like, what are we doing here? This guy. Every time he's on the ice, we have a problem. It's hilarious. So we're watching, and you get the 2 goals in like 10 seconds at the end of the second, which doomed Toronto, and it was hilarious. But he says to me, well, if they had a goalie, this wouldn't happen. You see, when they shoot like that on our goalie, he makes the save, Dad.
Well, the thing is, he's kind of right.
Yeah.
Their goalie is a bit of a paper champ. He's had some good numbers over his career, but if you have a high percentage chance, you're going to bury it a lot. And Vasilevsky is the type that he will make some unbelievable. Like, he has the numbers that are about akin, so some of it is kind of false. But when you're looking at some of the saves this dude makes, and how they change momentum.
Outlandish saves. And the other thing I'd say about his saves, Tom, is even his ordinary saves, or the ones that appear to be ordinary, his ability to switch from side to side in the net as quickly as he does is insane.
That's it. So it was a few years back when he was starting to get his cup of coffee, and Ben Bishop was still very much the number 1 goalie. But he was the hot up-and-comer. We actually had a couple of them. One was the Gudlevskis kid, Kristaps Gudlevskis, who played for Latvia against Canada.
Latvia!
Remember that game? That was like the semifinal. He made like 50 stops, and they only lost 1-0, 2-1.
No, I remember when we got him, and I was like, all right.
Right. Well, he ended up being nothing, and then here comes Vasi, and I took in 2 games over a weekend, one against L.A. and one against San Jose. But when Vasi played in his game, Good Christmas, dude.
Well,
from post to post, the way he squares up, everything, the way it tracks at the point, the way it tracks from circle to circle, when it goes tic-tac-toe, he is square. I mean, he's here, he's there. Whereas Ben is just a big body, and he covers up a lot of that because he's 6'7". Vassie's 6'3", and he darts left to right, right to left, and it's unbelievable how quick he does it.
Yeah, I think I fell in love with him in a way that made you uncomfortable because I was ready to push Bishop out the door.
The problem was
every time I saw Vassie, I went, man, we don't need Bishop. I mean, I like him, and I'm not going to speak ill of the man, but I was starting to fall in love with Vassie a while ago.
Well, goalies are fickle creatures, and it's almost like putting too much pressure on a kicker by drafting him.
Yeah.
Berto had too much pressure on him.
Ridiculous.
Well, if you bring in a young hotshot like that, goalies are they're wired differently, and you put too much pressure on them early in their career, you could
break
undo everything about what they are.
Or they're just great. You trust them, you pat them on the ass, you go, I love you, let's go.
That 2015 team was Ben's. I mean, the only reason we were in the final where he lost it in Game 6, but he tore his hamstring in groin, in game 1 or 2 of that series.
Well, and I didn't know that, and I was like, screw him. I was done with him. You remember that? I'd be like, screw him. Why do you fall in love with that guy? I'm done with that guy.
Dude, we don't win that Detroit series without Ben Bishop.
Get the hell out of here, Ben. We've got something better coming down the pike. It's Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
I'm Michael Blank, attorney with the law office of Jose Fernandez. If you've been in an accident, I know this can be a scary and confusing time. Our firm specializes in handling all types of accident and injury cases. Let us guide you through the process and get you the compensation you deserve. Call 855-HOSE-305 to make an appointment for your free consultation today. If you can't come to us, we can come to you, day or night. Call us now, 855-HOSE-305, the law office of Jose Fernandez. We don't get paid unless you do. Offices, Tallahassee, Miami. Se habla español. JRFinjury.com.
If you enjoyed Welcome to Rockville over the years, get ready for May 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Metropolitan Park in Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to Rockville 2019. Tool, Korn, Rob Zombie, Judas Priest, Shinedown, Prodigy, Incubus. Mantra. With Bring Me the Horizon, Papa Roach, Evanescence, Chevelle, The Cult, The Struts. In this moment, 3 days, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Go to WelcomeToRockvilleFestival.com for all ticket and lineup info. Tool, Judas Priest, Rob Zombie, Incubus, Korn, Shinedown, and so many more. Florida's #1 rock festival. Welcome to Rockville.
The average smoker tries to quit up to 30 times, and many are looking for an alternative. Juul was designed by smokers for smokers to be a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. Juul is a vapor product that contains nicotine for a satisfying transition. If you're one of the 34 million adults who smoke, know that there is an alternative to cigarettes. Make the switch at Juul.com. That's JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
It's that time of year again where you get to shop for the naughty and the nice. Make it easy. Superlube it with a Super Change card. Visit any of our 19 area Superlube locations, buy 3 oil changes and get 1 free. And for a limited time, you'll also receive a free fuel system cleaner. Superlube. It's quick and convenient, and you never need an appointment. Hurry in and get your Super Change card plus a free fuel system cleaner today.
How I love to superlube my car, lube my car. How I love to superlube my car. Yes, sir.
You're listening to The Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Libations Friday, roll it on, Jeff Cameron Show. By the way, if you didn't listen to the Roger Daltrey interview with Marin, you should. Tom, that's for you. You'd like it. Good discussion of Pete Townsend.
I think that's now about 30, 35 interviews with Marin I need to catch up on.
Well, and there are things you'd like. I mean, the Tweety interview this week was incredible.
I know, and I'm not saying I wouldn't. It's just I need to, at some point.
The drives. When you're on a drive, man, just have them stockpiled for your drives.
Yeah, well, the holidays, I do have quite a few coming up.
Well, pick 3. Pick a 3 that I've told you in the last 2 years.
And they're about an hour apiece?
Yeah, hour and a half. They're all interesting.
Yeah, that won't even get me where I need to go.
Well, that's why you have them back to back. You're good to go, man.
Okay.
That's what you. And there are people that you enjoy. Like Jeff Tweedy's one was really good, and
I usually listen to the best of the Jeff Cameron show. On demand.
Let's do a little what's on television this weekend here. A little wash around the clock special. Cue it up.
Jeff, what's your plan with all of this laundry?
Not my job.
Excuse me, get off the couch already.
Wash around the clock's got it. More watching, less washing.
Ooh. Best husband ever.
More watching, less washing. Our friends at Wash Around the Clock sponsor this segment. I use the service. In fact, used it today. Tom does as well. They're incredibly convenient and professional, and it's saving you time. Pickup, delivery at your home or office. The ultimate inconvenience. Time is money, and you need more of that, both time and money. So let them do it. Let them do all the hard part there, man. The washing, the drying, the folding, putting away. It's beautiful.
You want to put them to the test? Here you go. Holidays. You got no time for nothing. You're sitting in traffic. You're waiting in the mall, the stupid parking lot, and all that kind of crap that you have to do. Did you put your turn signal on before that guy? I don't know. Whose parking spot is it? You don't have time for laundry. But these people, these fine folks, that wash around the clock, will take that off your hands.
Go to TallahasseeLaundry.com if you want to learn more about what we're talking about. Easy Laundry there at TallahasseeLaundry.com, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Your one-stop local laundry service. And this is a local business. And Dan, good people, does great work, and I wouldn't talk about him otherwise. So you can utilize their services now. Okay, so what we do here is we look around and find out what's on. Well, you got a lot on this weekend. The bowl season begins. You get a little Tulane and Louisiana. Well, you want to do that? You want to do Utah State or North Texas first, Tom? It all starts Saturday, 1 o'clock. We got any bowls tonight? I didn't even bother to look about tonight.
I don't think tonight. No, usually it kicks off that Saturday.
Yeah.
The Celebration Bowl runs concurrently to another secondary one.
Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Tulane, and Louisiana. You got Utah State and North Texas. You've got Arizona State, Fresno State, 3:30 ABC, Sam Boyd Stadium, Las Vegas. Yes, sir. Going to watch that one.
Well, I'll give you this. It's on ESPNU tonight. It's the Division III championship, Mount Union and Mary Hardin Baylor.
I'll tell you what, Mount Union's in it every year. I will be tuned in, sir. Georgia Southern's taking on Eastern Michigan there in the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. Mitsubishi Motors. Nothing says high end like Mitsubishi Motors in the Crampton Bowl. All right. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Middle Tennessee and App State. At least they're playing in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. I got to tell you, that thing will be a third of the way filled, correct? How many people are Middle Tennessee and App State bringing to the Superdome?
Didn't App State's coach just get poached too?
He's rolling out Big River.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So that's the weekend of college bowl games. And, of course, the NFL is, hey, listen, folks, they start light. Don't worry about it. It's football. You're going to watch. Do what I told you to do. Bet on every one of them. Bet on every one of them. Houston and the Jets, Cleveland and Denver on Saturday. Don't bet on those. And then the NFL on Sunday, of course, around the league, the better matchups.
So here are the worst matchups. Just tell me which one you think is the most just terrible. And the first one might be a strong candidate. Arizona, Atlanta is one.
Yeah.
Lions, Bills. Raiders, Bengals. Or, let's see.
Game I want to watch the least? Is that what you're asking?
The one you want to watch the least. Or Washington, Jacksonville.
Washington, Jacksonville, I think is pretty high on the list of games not watchable. Lions, Bills, high on the list of games not watchable.
Raiders, Bengals.
I don't know why I I don't know if it's like Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, Derek Carr, what it is. There seem to be some stars there, terrible teams, but I mean.
Well, Atlanta has plenty of stars, but they play the Cardinals.
I'm not watching that. Are you worried that the Vikings are going to lose at home to the Dolphins?
They're either going to win big or, I think, lose big. I don't know that this one's going to be close. The reason I say that is they're changing their offensive philosophy. So it's either going to work and really work. I mean, I look for Dalvin. I have him in fantasy, right? So this weekend, for me, it's like,
this is the one.
Is this the green light special? You're on the fast track. Clearly, he wants to run the football, and clearly he wants Dalvin, Coach Zimmer, to be the focal point of that offense.
That's as he should be.
But then here come the Dolphins off of that unlikely, ridiculous win.
It was awesome.
That's my boy Ted Larson, who was throwing the block downfield 62
Was that him?
in Aqua. That's my guy, man. I grew up with him. We were best friends.
Yeah, you've mentioned Ted lots of times. That's really cool.
He's involved in one of the great finishes in NFL history. I think that is so awesome.
I do too. I would also mention, by the way, that the Dolphins stadium end zones are the best in football. I love what they've done with that. Good job, Miami.
It's a good sweater right there.
They look beautiful. I love them. Every time I see them, I go, there you go. All right, that feels old Orange Bowl-like. I like it. I like what you did there. Go see my friends at Wash Around the Clock, Easy Laundry, TallahasseeLaundry.com, all that good stuff. Type it in. You'll see what I'm talking about, man. You put your clothes in a big red bag. They come pick that sucker up. They provide the bag, too. They go, they wash them, they dry them, they clean them, they fold them, they give them back to you just like that. You've had no effort. All you got to do is put them away. It's Wash Around the Clock. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. When we come back, let's check out some bowl swag, shall we? Let's see who's getting screwed and who's celebrating.
Are you ready to experience an awesome fishing expedition? Sea Quarters Marina is home to several great charter services. All charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
This is Chris Kraft with news that is sure to change the car buying landscape in North Florida. Our brother Peter and I are now the proud new owners of the Infiniti dealership in Tallahassee, the all-new Kraft Infiniti. As Mercedes-Benz dealers for over 25 years early in our careers, we know how to sell and service Highline vehicles the right way. At Kraft Infiniti, our mission statement is simple: to provide our customers with a car buying experience that is unsurpassed in value, consideration for your time, and pure enjoyment. Finally, the Highline experience you deserve, and it's from the Kraft brothers. Infiniti is much more than a brand name. It's a lifestyle and it's a statement. And at Kraft Infiniti, Peter and I will go beyond your expectations in providing the best sales and service experience in Tallahassee. So come see us at the all-new Kraft Infiniti, beyond your expectations, and brought to you by the Kraft brothers. Kraft Infiniti, 3355 Capitol Circle Northeast, conveniently located between Home Depot and the I-10 flyover. Call 297-1488 or visit us on the web at craftinfinity.com.
Lake Tribe Brewing would like to congratulate the women's soccer team for winning the national championship. Lake Tribe is open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Still looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Orca Coolers has something for everyone on your list. This Friday, December 14th, you can shop Orca's Last Chance Sale, where you'll receive 20% off site-wide on America's best high-end coolers and drinkware. Additional discounts will be given on certain products every 2 hours starting at 7 a.m. So don't miss your last chance to make this the coolest Christmas ever. Shop now at orcacoolers.com.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachian Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
It is a big-time weekend for Florida State as they get set to bring in a ton of recruits. Come on in.
Is that what the theme of this song is?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with right there. That's what I'm going with right there. All right, so I bring that up and I tell you all that because you should know that, but we're not going to talk about it because what the hell good would that do? We have better segments to talk about, like this one, like an annual favorite. It's a Friday. It's loosey-goosey. We're going to do it. Let's find out who's making out like a bandit and who's getting told tough luck. Bowl swag, kids. Bowl swag.
Things are looking up.
We've been doing this, tracking these gifts for college football committees and what they're providing the participants of their respective football bowl games for many years now. How many years have we been doing this? I think it's 12. I think I've been doing it 12. You and I have been together for less than that, but
about half that time.
Yeah.
But in the best of category of the show, I think we save each and every one of these and use them at some point.
Yeah, so, and listen, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl representatives would not disclose the contents of this year's gift package. How about that from the Cotton Bowl?
That's not what you do at all.
Organizers of this season's national championship game also declined to provide details of their gifts.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
Now, players in last year's title game, which featured Alabama and Georgia, each received a Diesel watch, a Jostin's ring, a New Era cap, a watch, a ring holder engraved with each player's name and jersey number, a Wilson commemorative football, and a national championship coin.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
So that's what they did a year ago.
That's kind of a lot of crap, you know?
Well,
it's
the ring wouldn't suck.
If you win.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of stuff. That's like the quantity over quality thing right there.
Should be noted as we go through this list, electronics have become the most popular of the offerings. You know that already. This year marks the first time a cornhole game is being used. Okay? A little cornhole action.
That's not what you do.
Hey, that's what you do. Been part of the gift package from our friends at Cheez-It. Other gifts.
Legitimately?
Yes. Other gifts making their debut on the list. You get a bobblehead designed to look like each player. You got your own bobblehead. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not so bad.
Things are looking up.
Cufflinks have made the list for the first time in my recollection.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
A custom-made cowboy hat.
Is it a specific bowl, or is it
from the Frisco Bowl?
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
And with that, here we go. We start with the Auto Nation Cure Bowl. That's to be played tomorrow, 1:30, CBS Sports Network, Tulane at Louisiana. It's in Orlando, a stadium we've been to, the Camping World Stadium. Here's what they're going to get. A Holloway Force jacket, sunglasses with a carrying case, an Energizer power bank duffel bag, Pebble Beach slides, Dop kit, I don't know what that is, a Sport Tech long sleeve T-shirt, and a cap.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
That sucks. Everything about that one sucks. The New Mexico Bowl, also to be played tomorrow, December the 15th, 2 o'clock, North Texas versus Utah State in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at Branch Field at Dream Style Stadium. You get the gift suite. We're off to a good start. Get the gift suite. I like the gift suite.
You can choose what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oakley Jupiter squared sunglasses, Oakley 5-speed backpack, Bluetooth speaker, water bottle, a beanie, Montgomery pin, Pacific Headwear's trucker cap.
Things are looking up.
You're getting soft, Tom. You're getting
the
soft.
The gift suite is what brings that home.
Yeah, I don't.
Those gift suites can be $300-$400 worth of stuff.
All right. That other superfluous stuff there.
No, that's what made it close.
They literally put in a water bottle. Get the hell out of here with that.
It's like, yeah, here's your water bottle.
Keep your freaking water bottle.
Not even centered the logo.
7,000 of them. Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. All right. They don't have to give you nothing. You're in Las Vegas. And they basically give you nothing in Las Vegas. That's what they do here at the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. Fresno State, Arizona State, ABC, 3:30 tomorrow. Should be a good game. Gift suite and a Las Vegas gift suite could feature really attractive call girls. I'm just saying, That's true for the single football players.
We're doing some good things. You know what I'm saying?
A collectible Las Vegas item to be determined. I don't even know what that means. I think that sounds like it's a good thing, like they're giving you cash.
We're doing some good things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what they're doing in Las Vegas. A dad hat. It's literally called a dad hat, a beanie, and a fanny pack. Still, the overall presentation, Tom.
We're doing some good things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we do, Las Vegas. I like how you throw the sin off with that dad hat. Go on, have a good time. But don't forget your dad hat. Tell your parents we gave you a hat.
That's right.
I like that.
Put it over the door handle.
Yeah. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, December the 15th. That's tomorrow as well. Camellia Bowl. It's a plant, right?
It's Raycom.
It's Raycom, right. Georgia, Southern, Eastern Michigan. One of the few bowls I will not watch. Who gives a damn? It's in Crampton Bowl, Montgomery, Alabama. It's a gift suite, a fossil watch, a rolling duffel bag, a beanie, and a football.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, also tomorrow at 9 o'clock in New Orleans. I can get down with New Orleans. They don't tell you much about this game. Middle Tennessee State and Appalachian State. You get a gift suite and a fossil watch.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
All right. Here we go. The Cherubundi Boca Raton Bowl.
Cherubundi?
Cherubundi. They send out cherries. They literally, you buy the bags of cherries.
It's about cherries.
Yeah. Yeah. December the 18th, 7 o'clock, UAB, Northern Illinois, Boca Raton, Howard Schnellenberger Field at FAU Stadium. You get a gift suite, a drawstring backpack, and a beach towel.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
That better be a good gift suite. DXL Frisco Bowl, a cowboy hat, custom cowboy hat, a beanie cap, doubling down here, a little redundant, a coin, a pen, and a football.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
I mean, that is, you should double down. Give me a that's not what you do to go with it. I mean, good Christ, people.
Damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
That's not what you do.
For the love of God.
There it is. Thank you. That is right. That is awful. Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl, Shady Tampa. Tampa's like, we got a bus. Let me tell you about this bus. It's right outside the stadium here at Raymond James. You get a gift suite, guys.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
It's a Marshall, South Florida game. The Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl, FIU in Toledo and Nassau, Bahamas. Like I said, a little overrated. Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, a gift suite, a Yeti Rambler, a string backpack, shorts, and a towel.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
I sensed something when you said the word Yeti.
Yeah, what are we doing here? The famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Boise, Idaho. All right. Lyle Smith Field at Albertson Stadium. We'll be there in 2 years. Western Michigan and BYU. A gift suite, backpack, and a hydro flask. They're giving you a flask. Okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's not so bad. Jared Birmingham Bowl, Memphis versus Wake, Birmingham, Alabama, Legion Field. As Tom found out, Birmingham's all right.
Yeah, Birmingham's not too bad. No.
Nope. Gift suite, Oakley backpacker sunglasses, a cooling hoodie, and a football.
Yeah, I like them.
I don't know, man. You get a backpack and some sunglasses and you like them?
Oh, it's the gift suite and the location. Birmingham's not too bad. You got to combine the location, I'm finding, with the gift suite, because everybody gets the gift suite. But if the gift suite's in Montgomery, that's different than Birmingham.
Yeah, I like Birmingham. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Houston versus Army, December the 22nd at 3:30 in Fort Worth, Texas. Amon G. Carter Stadium will provide a gift suite, a Bluetooth speaker, and a football.
Not enough. Need a lot of work.
I can't
Need to get a lot better.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is going to be real good. We'll find out. We'll see. Maybe I've got it all wrong.
Everybody gives away Bluetooth speakers.
I know, and they're never any good either.
No.
Sorry ass kind. They're not like my kick-ass Braven.
Like you could get one if you buy enough 12 packs of Mountain Dew.
That's true. Dollar General Bowl, December the 22nd at 7 o'clock. Buffalo versus Troy in Mobile, Alabama at Ladd Peebles Stadium. Now, this event is sponsored by Dollar General.
Oh.
So right off the bat.
Wait a minute, though.
Yeah.
They've been good over the years.
That's right, Tom. I wanted to see if you remember. I thought mistakenly, just like I did a year ago, this is going to be garbage. It's Dollar General. And right off the bat, I'm again proven wrong. They come out the box swinging at the Dollar General Bowl. They come out with a Yamaha soundbar with built-in subwoofer for your big screen television. That's what you do. They're not done. They're not done. They give you a watch, some Maui Jim sunglasses. I like Maui Jim.
Those are expensive.
Those are nice. I've got a pair. And a Wilson game ball. They throw in the ball at the end, whatever. That's what you do. That is what you do. Good job, people at Dollar General. That's amazing. SoFi Hawaii Bowl, Louisiana Tech in Hawaii. You get to go to Honolulu at Aloha Stadium. Electronics gift suite. Off to a good start there. Oakley backpack. Again with the backpacks, people. Nobody needs backpacks. We've got 1,000 of them, all of us. Sunglasses. All right. Torrey Richard Aloha shirt.
You said those are expensive too, right?
Extremely expensive. They're like the original kick-ass. Yeah, those are very expensive. You get some swim trunks, of course you do, and a T-shirt along with a beach towel. Yes. And you get to go to Hawaii. You're right. Yeah.
And they specify electronics gift suite.
I agree with that. That's a huge upgrade. Serve Pro First Responder Bowl is Boston College and Boise State. What a game. That's in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. These bastards didn't want to bother to tell anybody what they're giving away. They do have a gift suite, and they will give you a Ridge wallet. I've got the Ridge wallet, don't I? Isn't that
is that what you got?
The little... the little thing. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
That's true. It's just it's a wallet. Quick lane, Minnesota versus Georgia Tech in Detroit. Ooh. Day after Christmas, you got to go to Detroit. You better give up something, Detroit. Come on now.
For the love of God!
All right, Tom. Detroit recognizes their shortcomings and the unfortunate time of year in which they're asking you to visit their fair city. They're going to start out by giving you a $175 Best Buy gift card specifically.
Okay.
Then they're going to give you a JBL E55 BT over-the-ear wireless set of headphones.
Okay.
Then a life-size fathead decal of yourself in your football uniform. And a backpack, shirts, and a mini helmet. That's what you do. Pretty good. I'd have to check the quality of those JBLs. I mean...
Well, the over-the-ear is the big part. They're not giving you the buds,
no,
which
they're
is
giving
nice.
you the good kind, yeah.
And then the fathead of you in your uniform, that's a personal touch, man.
Oh, yeah. And my kid would have to look at that every day that he got up. It'd be right there in the living room.
I mean, you could take that home, and that's the same kind of deal.
Beautiful thing. The Cheez-It Bowl... in Phoenix at Chase Field, December the 26th, 9 o'clock, Cal versus TCU. Get a Fossil watch with engraved caseback, a JBL Charge 3 Bluetooth speaker, a Bago bag toss tailgate cornhole set, a Yeti Roadie 20 cooler, a Yeti Rambler, a dry duffel bag, a Rumi Reveal quart bag, a Brandon Bills cap, and a Dollar Shave Club starter set. You don't like that one?
No, I do not. I don't care that it's JBL. It's a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
and that's the best thing in the lot?
Well, the Dollar Shave Club thing's pretty good. But other than that, you don't like the cornhole set?
No. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. Walk-Ons Independence Bowl in Shreveport. They're going to give you a gift suite. By the way, that game is between Temple and Duke.
Ooh. That's where we were last year, but we can't even go there. We're not allowed.
Nope. Gift suite, timely watch, New Era skull cap. Oh, God.
Not enough.
No.
Need a lot of work.
No.
Need to get a lot better.
That's not it. New Era Pinstripe Bowl in New York City, Yankee Stadium, Miami, and Wisconsin. A variety of New Era products.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl, December 27th. Baylor and Vanderbilt in Houston. NRG Stadium. Gift suite, Academy Sports and Outdoors gift card, an Adidas backpack, and a belt buckle.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
The gift suite, you get a gift suite.
But the belt buckle, man. I'm sorry, that's a belt buckle alert.
Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, Purdue and Auburn. This game in Nashville, you get a gift suite and a watch. Camping World, West Virginia, Syracuse. That bowl takes place in Orlando. $400 Best Buy gift card. I don't even have to say the rest. They give you a watch and some luggage. Valero Alamo Bowl. We got Iowa State and Washington State. $425 Amazon gift card. I guess. Yes. Keep going.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Florida and Michigan. Atlanta, $300 fan card gift card, a watch, a Power Station XL, Amazon Echo Dot speaker, and a football. Roll on Big River, the Belk Bowl, South Carolina, Virginia. In Charlotte, you get a shopping trip to Belk's.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
Toughy. Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, Arkansas State, Nevada, and Tucson. A Ghost Tech backpack with a power bank and external USB port. A Beats thingy. Fire Kindle with built-in Alexa. Cooling towel and some Frito-Lay's products.
Things are looking up.
Not bad. College football playoff semifinal. Clemson and Notre Dame. They do not disclose gifts. Alabama, Oklahoma, Miami Gardens. Orange Bowl, gift suite, really nice watch, personalized bobblehead.
Things are looking up.
That's got to be a rich gift suite.
It's a nice watch, too. Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman in Annapolis, Maryland, which is beautiful. You get a Dell Mobile Projector M318WL. I don't know what that is. A $100 Amex gift card and some slides.
We're doing some good things. You know what I'm saying?
Hyundai Sun Bowl, El Paso. Ouch.
Hyundai. That's how they say it out there in El Paso.
Going over to the Hyundai, Stanford and Pitt, gift suite, Timely Watch Co., Majestic Fleece pullover, a backpack, and an Under Armour cap.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
Red Box Bowl, Michigan State and Orange.
What?
It's the Red Box Bowl. It's December 31st, 3 o'clock on Fox in Santa Clara, California. Lovely Santa Clara. You get a Fossil watch, a Timbuktu backpack, a Roku, headphones, and the Red Box Bowl merchandise.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl, the 31st, Mizzou, Oklahoma State in Memphis. A shopping trip to the Memphis Bass Pro Shop. Hold on. They got more. Hold on. You're going to be all right. They do give you a Bose SoundLeak Bluetooth speaker, a Bulova watch, Nike shoes, sports sandals, backpack, sunglasses, and a football.
Things are looking up.
That's not what you do. Kind of a mixed bag there, a little mixed bag. San Diego County, Union Credit Holiday Bowl, Northwestern in Utah, gift suite, Fossil watch.
Not enough. Need a lot of work. Need to get a lot better.
Outback Bowl in Tampa, Fossil watch, Jostens ring, $125 Best Buy gift card, Outback Steakhouse gift card.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, LSU and UCF, PS4, Fossil watch, and a backpack.
PS4. It's also a Blu-ray player.
But nobody's really need those anymore. I mean,
but again, that's a entertainment center. Right
I got you. Rose Bowl, which is great. You get to go to Pasadena, Washington, and Ohio State. Gift suite, Fossil watch, backpack, New Era 950 adjustable hat. The 950's nice.
Nah, nothing outstanding.
I'm with you. Sugar Bowl, gift suite, Texas and Georgia, Fossil watch, New Era cap, Rock'em socks, and cufflinks.
The damn plane has crashed into the mountain.
And that is it. That's it. That's the bowl swag right there. We finally did it. It's all on tape. Go back, listen live, figure out what you got. Yay, nay, who wins? We'll vote on Monday.
There were some tougher ones this year. Yeah. The belt buckle used to be the only thing they gave you. So then they add a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, so they're kind of like, hey, listen, we realize our sins of the past. We're going to try to make up for that. A lot of guys not disclosing gifts are tired of being made fun of by the Jeff Cameron Show. Final hour forthcoming. Stay with.
In 1945, Jack Whitten started a glass company in Tallahassee. Now, over 70 years and 3 generations later, it's still working every day, doing just as Jack wanted, giving his customers real solutions for replacing window glass, providing custom-cut mirrors, and supplying superior bath and shower enclosures. Local building contractors know Whitten Glass takes care of Tallahassee business. They prefer Whitten because of their precision and mastery of eye-catching storefront glass and countertop glass. It's a fact. When you choose Whitten Glass, you're working with real glass people who will take care of you to your complete satisfaction. It's what Jack Whitten wanted, and it's been the Whitten way of doing business for over 70 years. Whitten Glass, Tallahassee's first family in glass since 1945. Call Whitten Glass today or visit them online, 850-222-5781 or whittenglass.com.
Thursdays are Friday Eve, and that's a reason to celebrate. No matter what you're looking for, they've got you covered every Thursday down in College Town. Centrale offers 50% off select pizzas all day, every Thursday. Or you can stop by Township for Taco Thursday. $2 house tacos, $2. Madison Social offers the Social Agreement. You and a buddy can split 1 Aurora wings, 2 Madso burgers, 2 bourbons, 2 proof Madison Socials, all for just $40. See what they did there? And don't worry about parking. Plenty of spaces available in the parking deck or surrounding lots. Check out all the Thursday Collegetown deals right now on ThursdaysInCollegetown.com.
WWE Superstar Experience presents WWE Live. Saturday night, January 5th at Tallahassee's Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. You'll see Seth Rollins defend the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. But wait! There's more! You'll also see free agent John Cena. Plus, in spite of injury, Braun Strowman goes one-on-one with Baron Corbin and more. Don't wait. Great seats available now at TuckerCivicCenter.com.
Are you ready to experience an awesome fishing expedition? Sea Quarters Marina is home to several great charter services. All charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. There's still time to get at least 20% off at holidayinexpress.com during our annual sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Eagles coach Doug Peterson says quarterback Carson Wentz doesn't need surgery but is questionable for Sunday's game against the Rams with a stress fracture in his back. Wentz will travel with the team. He will eventually need rest for the injury to heal. The Chargers beat the Chiefs last night after coming from 14 points down in the fourth quarter. After a touchdown with 4 seconds left, Phillip Rivers finds a wide-open Mike Williams for a game-winning 2-point conversion. ESPN's Steve Young.
Anthony Lynn, as a young coach, you say to yourself, what are the odds? What would you do? Would you take one play from the 2 on the road in Kansas City with all that's, or would you want to play it out and drip it out? And I just think that the coaches more and more are saying, no, I got my shot here on the road, I'm going to take it. And with that bad trade-off by two corners that just didn't trade off well, it was wide open. I don't remember a play like that where it's just a bust from the 1. It's very unusual.
The Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a win and snap a 9-game losing streak against the Chiefs. The last time they beat them was 2013, which was the last year they made the playoffs. The Jets put the team's leading rusher Isaiah Crowell on injured reserve with a toe injury. He'll miss the rest of the season, ending his streak of playing in 77 straight games to start his career. Dirk Nowitzki finally made his season debut for the Mavericks last night, officially starting his 21st season with the team. That's a new NBA record, breaking Kobe Bryant's mark with the Lakers. Nowitzki missed the first 26 games of the season after surgery on bone spurs in his left ankle. Suns president Jason Rowley says the team is not talking with any other cities about a possible relocation. A Phoenix City Council vote on the proposed renovation of the Talking Stick Resort Arena has been postponed until January.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachie Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show, at least for this week, and I hope this finds you doing well. I'm Jeff, that's Tom. We're online, ESPNTallahassee.com. That's where you're going to listen live via the streaming free. Always don't miss anything. Sometimes you do. And when that happens, you say, how can I get caught up? And I tell you this, you can. Just go to the iTunes account, type in Jeff Cameron Show. Boom, there we are. Make sure you give us 5 stars. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on the WTSM app. Our website, ESPNTallahassee.com. All kinds of great places. There you go. And speaking of which, hello, YouTubers. Find us Periscope in the program, too. Watching any soccer over the weekend, Tom? Going to be taking in any of the...
I've happened upon Premier League the last couple of weeks. The North London Derby was on, where Arsenal took it from Tottenham Hotspur. I think that was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did watch that.
But I don't know what's on the docket for this weekend. I usually just kind of happen upon the Arsenal match more than I do set the alarm clock for it.
Somebody was yelling at their radio right now. The hell are you guys doing? Sometimes I like to mix it up. I like to shake it up a little bit. We do have bowls this weekend. We do have Saturday NFL football this weekend. Of course, Sunday NFL football. So there's football. And when you're desperate, when you realize time is of the essence, that the football that you love is waning, got to take it all in. And I'm going to watch all these bowl games. I'm going to watch all these NFL games while I can. Great game last night. We got what we wanted, right? I hated the ending. I hated the way that the officials, once again, unduly influenced the result of the football game. But in terms of sheer intrigue, we had everything in that football game.
I will never give up on the Chargers again. I stayed up to watch them come back against Pittsburgh.
16 down?
Yep, but I did not last night. I got Riversed. I did. When it was 4, I mean, come on. There's only a few minutes to go in that game. It's a 14-point.
What are we doing here, right?
I'm going to bed.
What are we doing here?
I'm done. This game's over. It was a good effort. It's the turnovers in the red zone. That was it. You know, it was the throw to the back of the end zone.
It's a 14-point game at 2 separate occasions with the Chiefs at home. The Chargers haven't beaten the Chiefs 9 straight times. The home team basically, especially that one, wins these games on Thursday nights. I wouldn't have blamed you if you went to bed. I stayed up in part because I just got done watching Phillip Rivers do this to the Steelers, who also don't blow leads at home in the second half of the game. Yeah. So I thought, all right, if they get it to 28-21, I'll stick around. And they do. And then the Chiefs, for as much as I was frustrated with the officials, because, again, they keep interfering in these games in a way that's just completely unnecessary. But the Chiefs really kind of, that drive before the penultimate drive for them was pitiful. They didn't do anything other than run the ball up the middle, commit a penalty, run the ball up the middle. Okay, they were just content to punt. Mm-hmm. I'm like, guys, there's 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
There's not a minute. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So they weren't aggressive there, and they cost themselves dearly.
No, I mean, when I saw them go up and they were able to impose their physical will to close out the drive to go up 28-14 in that moment, and you just, how many chances are you going to get in a given night, especially at Arrowhead? And Rivers wasn't playing that well. I mean, their first drive, the pick he throws, it's off his back foot. If he's able to get good footing underneath it, it's a touchdown, but it wasn't. And then, of course, the throw to the back right corner of the end zone, that's just stupid, man. So I was all too geeked up about the Lightning game, too. I watched the post game of that, and I was happy, and I was ready to go. Even though it wasn't a standard fair win, it was a win nonetheless. But I'll never do that again. If the Chargers are down,
that guy right now, I know.
and it's prime time or whatever, I'm going to stay the hell up and I'm going to see it through.
You know what it used to be? It used to be that you could count on them to choke games away like that.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of rewriting their recent past. People associate the Chargers with not being able to get it done when they have the opportunity, floundering, losing games late, costing themselves playoff position, ensuring they go on the road. Look, at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. The Chiefs are still likely to win the division. They're both 11-3 now. They got a split on the year, but they have what was the other tiebreaker? They've got that tiebreaker, so the Chiefs should still probably win the division and clinch home. But yeah,
the quintessential Chargers moment was 2012. I thought it was the Chargers who the Ravens were playing. The year that the Ravens end up going on to win, they need to beat the Chargers, and they have a 4th and 29. They have a 4th and 29 against the Chargers, and the Ravens convert there, and they go on to have one of the most historic runs in NFL postseason history if you're just looking at the quarterback statistics. But that was the Chargers in a nutshell. And you're right, they're trying to turn this thing on its head with old man Phillip Rivers. He's still angry, but he's older now.
He's fun. His post game is just so lively. I mean, he's angry in game, but he's so happy afterwards. He's just like the most happy. I bet he's a cool father. He strikes me as a cool dad.
If he remembers your name.
Well, he's got enough kids where that could be a problem, but he does strike me as a good dad. I never knew this about him. Watching him he treats sideline reporters, post-game interviewers with the utmost respect. I give him so much credit. He'll ask them to clarify the question, and he seriously wants to answer it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What did you say? A lot of guys are just they're trying to get out of there. That guy's a pro. That's what it is. That's a pro's pro right there.
Mm-hmm.
He fights to the last second. I like that about him, too. You wish more guys had that in them.
So Dave Moore on the post-game broadcast of the Bucs this past weekend was driving around. I heard it. And
I love Dave Moore. He's another pro.
And Dave does not mince words. If you're asking him his opinion, he will give you his opinion. It may sound soft, where he's saying, well, I don't know, but the words, they mean something. So they were in the post-game, big loss to New Orleans, had the lead, all that stuff. And he was saying, this is the point of the year where it's more than professionalism. It's about caring for your teammates. He says some guys will find injuries. Some guys will find an injury out of nowhere, put themselves on the injured list and not play a game. They might miss a game or two, in fact. And he was clearly talking about Deshaun freaking Jackson. And that's what Deshaun is. And that's what Dave Moore was getting at in that moment. He's pissed that he's not helping the Buccaneers take the lid off of defense, especially when we had trouble separating. That would have helped, in terms of the way the secondary played the Bucs.
Immensely.
Phillip Rivers is the antithesis of Deshaun Jackson.
Right.
He'll play like Tiger Woods on a Sunday at the U.S. Open. He'll play on a broken leg. He don't give a damn.
No, he's
going to give you everything he freaking has until he cannot go. The pain is too much. And you can't not do anything but respect him and love him for that.
Well, and I also I can still remember that game where he was playing on a torn ACL and he's got the huge knee brace on against New England.
Well, when he was going to the locker room and you saw the replay, he said, well, he's done for the day. And he walks through the tunnel and he's screaming at the fans who are yelling at him. He says, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Oh, he's a warrior.
And there he came.
He's a lot of fun, man. Hey, congratulations to Brian Burns. I want to get that out there. Brian was voted by ESPN as one of the best 50 players in college football this year. 36th on the list. He did make the list. I just was kind of perusing this list to see where your favorite player, Chase McSorley, would fall.
Oh, really?
I just like being random. Anyhow, so Brian Burns was on this list at number 36. I can tell that the list is largely comprised, rightfully, though, I guess to some extent, of just statistical analysis. He had 10 sacks and 15.5 tackles for loss. So,
Jaden Woodby was named by one outlet. I failed to see which one it was, but Florida State pumped it up as they should as a freshman All-American this year, which congratulations to him as well.
Yeah, congratulations to him is right, man. He was playing out of position for all season. He did it, was willing to sacrifice. I've been very, very impressed with that young man. I think we got us a great one in that, and I get excited about the young players. Whenever we do go back to venturing to talk about Florida State's on-field product, it's often that we go straight to the negative, but there were plenty of outstanding performers, especially amongst the freshmen and the redshirt freshmen and true sophomores.
Well, and that's where for Jaden, if I said Jalen before, I apologize, but Jaden would be next year is what position is he going to play? Because Starr, I think, was at a necessity. So is he going to be able to play on the outside as a corner? Is he going to be a true safety? How is that lineup going to look? That's the good problem that Harlan Barnett has. He has a couple of pieces to work with. And then on offense, too, I mean, Trayshawn Harrison is the player to watch. Tamorian's going to be what Tamorian is, and as exciting as that is, that's the given. But what can Trayshawn be? Because the moment that Kalen LeBourne had that night against Virginia Tech, his only moment this season, the one catch, reverses field, goes for 30 yards, and it takes your breath away. Trayshawn had about 5 or 6 of those now.
Oh, without question, you and I were begging to see more, right? We were pretty frustrated. Like, come on, we got the
yeah.
But he just wouldn't turn over the reins. Just couldn't turn over the reins, and it was frustrating.
To the point where you'd see, if you talk to certain people or you saw little whispers on whatever site you go to, other coaching staffs noticed it too. If 88's on the field, you got to pay attention to him. I mean, as a true freshman, opposing coaching staffs and defensive staffs were saying, well, that dude's different. So if he's on the field, even if it is a gimmick package, he can turn a gimmick or a broken play into something huge. I think it was the Louisville game he did it where something was blown up. It was like a sweep.
Well, yeah,
and he
once
reverses
we
field and
saw
gets like 10 yards out of it.
Once we saw that, we were so elated. We thought, okay, another playmaker here. Great, this is going to be awesome. We're going to see a lot more of him, special packages for him, all kinds of that. That didn't happen.
It's like he's blocking for Keyshawn Helton, and that's the year.
Well, and I do think, by the way, that lends itself to all of that discussion of frustration that we have. It's not just that you couldn't block it up. It's not just that you lost 7 games. It's that they never really could find or latch on to a vision of what they were trying to do throughout the course of the year in terms of, hey, we're going to go all young here. We've got some talent here. We're going to take our lumps and let these kids play. At least they'll provide flashes of brilliance and they'll gain experience. They really would never commit to any one way of doing things.
Well, and maybe it's not, a brand new idea, but maybe that's the perspective Willie's coming from, is this mixed nonsense. It just doesn't work. If we're trying to throw a little bit of his ingredients and my ingredients into an offense, whoever my offensive coordinator is, and I have the input, well, I'm not coaching him day to day. So a guy with a different philosophy is coaching him up in a way that he would for his offense, but it's mine. How about we just, the confusion, let's eliminate it and allow one person to run this damn thing from top to bottom. That's another way of looking at it instead of just saying that the program is a mess. Maybe Willie learned from that season last year that, man, if you're trying to run the same thing but 2 different people from 2 different worlds in terms of where they've come from and how they see the game are trying to implement that system, what you get is what we saw, which is, I don't know what.
Golly. I'm going to be glad when we're not talking about this.
Can we have press conferences for our quality control coaches, our substitution coaches? Because I want to stand up. I know that's inappropriate, but I'd like to stand up and applaud the new guy who comes in.
Well, and I want to applaud I don't want to go down this road. We don't have enough time. When we start doing this, Tom, I start thinking about all of those things, and then I revisit that conversation, and we pile on, and it becomes that same downward spiral that people are sick of. But, okay, let's just make this higher, and let's move on, and let's get to getting.
Let's see our basketball team have 4 people on the court.
Big fan of that basketball team, and I'm very glad they returned to form on Monday, and we'll be there. The blinding beauty of the vista of the ESPN corner pocket suite there at the TLC is going to be a joy.
It's a Libations Monday.
Good times indeed. Well, it's a holiday. It might turn out to be a Libations Monday. You know what's comfortable? MyPillow. Get you a MyPillow, friends. MyPillow.com is where you got to go. It's the holiday season, so why wouldn't you do it, right? You go there, you type in my promo code, you're saving money, and you're sleeping better. MyPillow.com, the website, and when you go there, you'll find right now they've got the 4-pillow deal. They seem to be trading back and forth between the buy one, get one, and also the 4-pillow deal. The 4-pillow deal is this. You get 2 regular-size pillows plus 2 go-anywhere pillows, these little travel ones that you get, all for the price of one. That's a good thing right there. Go to MyPillow.com. You'll sleep better. You'll fall asleep quicker. You'll snore less. You don't have to adjust the pillow throughout the course of the night. Money-back guarantee. You can wash it. You can dry it. Again, it's the best pillow I've ever slept on, and you can get one right now. Just use my promo code, mypillow.com, promo code 979ESPN. That's promo code 979ESPN. Go to mypillow.com. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Hey, sports fans, who's on your Mount Rushmore of baseball? I'm going with Ruth, Cobb, Aaron, and Mantle. Football, I've got Bradshaw, Peyton, Montana, and Brady. In basketball, Jabbar, Jordan, Bird, and LeBron. This debate could go on, but when it comes to the Mount Rushmore of personal injury law in Tallahassee, the choice is clear. Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey. Recently voted Tallahassee's best law firm, so avoid the underdog and go with the favorite, Fonville, Lewis, Messer, McConaughey.
It's that time of year again where you get to shop for the naughty and the nice. Make it easy. Super Lube it with a Super Change card. Visit any of our 19 area Super Lube locations, buy 3 oil changes and get 1 free. And for a limited time, you'll also receive a free fuel system cleaner. Super Lube. It's quick and convenient, and you never need an appointment. Hurry in and get your Super Change card plus a free fuel system cleaner today.
How I love to super lube my car, lube my car. How I love to super lube my car, yes sir.
Hi, Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan. We have all felt the impact of Hurricane Michael across the Florida Panhandle. Like Tallahassee was beat up and bruised, our neighbors from Apalachicola to Panama City, their lives will be changed forever. Hearts and prayers go out to all affected. And while there is devastation, there is hope, because Floridians are strong and we take care of our own. I have traveled with the Red Cross and have seen much of the devastation in person. The pouring in of help from volunteers that are neighbors and strangers alike is incredible and is what makes us all proud to be Americans. Also, if your vehicle was damaged by the storm, you automatically qualify for Nissan's factory employee pricing, which is up to $1,500 under invoice. In addition, you keep all rebates or 0% interest on most models. And Nissan Corporate has just announced no payments until 2019. It's Nissan's way of helping our neighbors, and Kraft Nissan will put an additional $1,000 on all trades. But my main message today is to do what you can do to continue helping, whether your time or your treasure. This is going to be a long process, but I promise you, Kraft Nissan will continue to help until the job is done.
Still looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Orca Coolers has something for everyone on your list. This Friday, December 14th, you can shop Orca's Last Chance Sale, where you'll receive 20% off site-wide on America's best high-end coolers and drinkware. Additional discounts will be given on certain products every 2 hours starting at 7 a.m. So don't miss your last chance to make this the coolest Christmas ever. Shop now at orcacoolers.com.
WWE Superstar Experience presents WWE Live. Saturday night, January 5th at Tallahassee's Donald L. Tucker Civic Center. You'll see Seth Rollins defend the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose.
But wait, there's more!
You'll also see free agent John Cena. Plus, in spite of injury, Braun Strowman goes one-on-one with Baron Corbin and more. Don't wait. Great seats available now at TuckerCivicCenter.com.
Hey, this is the Doc. Today I have Rug Doctor's head of innovation, Rich Newhouse. What's new, Rich?
The new Pro Deep Cleaner. It's our best Rug Doctor ever. Lighter, more versatile, and tons of power.
This is not your father's Rug Doctor.
No, this is my mother's Rug Doctor. She can deep clean her carpets, furniture, but her favorite thing is the brush velocity created by the Twin Tech motors.
Now I know where you get it from, Rich. Get your home guests ready for the holiday season. Rent a Rug Doctor today at your local grocer.
Hi, I'm President John Thrasher. I'm here with some of our outstanding marching chiefs. They've been invited to an incredible opportunity, and they need your help. Next June, the marching chiefs will travel to France and represent both the state of Florida and the United States at the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion on the beaches of Normandy. As both an Army veteran and the president of the university dedicated to student veteran success, I know what a meaningful opportunity this is for these talented musicians. But experiences like this can be out of reach for many students. So today, I'm asking for your support so we can send as many of our marching chiefs as possible to this monumental event. Visit give.fsu.edu/Normandy. Thank you, and go Noles!
You're locked in with the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Friday, I took the lead as of last weekend. going undefeated against Mama in the 2 games we had different. You guys didn't hear us on the air, but I can assure you that I did beat. She'll come on and confirm it right now. In fact, Tom, if you would, fire it up, buddy.
And now for another edition of the Family Pick. Nick.
Go to your room! Ma, the meatloaf!
Take it away, Jeffrey.
Hello, Mother. How are you feeling? I know you've been deathly ill as of late.
I have. I have been very under the weather, but I am feeling much better. I still have this wonderful cough that keeps hanging on, but for the most part, I think I'm going to make it.
All right. Well, you sound better, and I'm glad about that. I'm also glad that I took the lead on you. Now I'm up 1.
I know. Both of our games that we had different, you won. I know it. I was hoping I'd at least win one of them. I can't even remember now which ones they were. But
well, I took the Bears over the Rams.
That's right. Yeah. And then, I don't know, what was the other? Was it the other one, the Bucks game?
That is correct. I took the Saints over the Bucks. You had the Bucks.
I know. And the Bucks, that was the weirdest thing. They started out like a house of fire, and then they just fell apart.
Well, the blocked punt didn't help.
I know. I think that changed the whole game.
It did. That, and we couldn't block them in the second half. I think once they realized we couldn't block them, things changed a little bit there. So, I took the Saints, and I wanted to be wrong on that one. But, went undefeated against you. Now, we both had Kansas City last night in that bizarre ending. The Chargers are down.
That was a crazy game.
Chargers are down 14 with 5 minutes to play. If you want to know how crazy that game is, Mom and Tom and anybody else listening, these are the kinds of degenerate gambling statistics that I bring to the table. Here you go. This is how crazy that ending is. Teams, when trailing by 14 points or more in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go in a game, since 2000. That scenario has happened 2,059 times since 2000. 12 teams have won. 12.
How many?
12.
12.
12
Holy
times
moly.
has a team come back with 5 minutes to play down 2 scores or more at a 2,059 times to come back and win a game. That's crazy, Tom.
That is a 0.6% chance of victory. Less than 1% chance.
I'm going to tell you, we were talking about Phillip Rivers. He's a tough sucker. You can't count him out.
No, he's a really good player, and he has been for a real long time. And I, he got a little help there, but Mike Williams threw a flag that was inexplicable. But, he just keeps making plays, and if you give him opportunities, he'll keep fighting. He was terrible in the first half with those interceptions. I'm telling you, if Jameis throws those, they end up shutting down the game to talk about it for 2.5 hours. But obviously, Phillip has a little bit more in the coffers in the way of goodwill over the years, and so they don't. But those 2 throws in the red zone, I'm going, Phillip, what are we doing here, man? You've got points. You're throwing the ball to the other team in the worst possible scenario on the road against a team you haven't beaten in 9 tries. And yet he really got it together in the second half, played very well.
He did. And, playing in that atmosphere and everything, to be able to, maintain your composure and everything and just keep playing. But he was saying, in that interview, he's got a really young team around him, and they just kind of keep playing, and nobody gets down, and it's quite amazing.
Well, admittedly, as we talk through it, there is something that I think will gain momentum just because he's been such a good competitor. I think if the Chargers find a way to be in a position to play in, say, the AFC Championship game, or they're a game away, or they're close to knocking on that door to getting to a Super Bowl, you're going to see people rally around that guy. He's had too good a career. And when you look around at the great quarterbacks that still remain in the game, Drew Brees has a Super Bowl title. He has MVPs. He's going to the Hall of Fame. No need to mention Tom Brady. He is considered to be the greatest quarterback of all time, or certainly in that conversation. So he gets his just due, and he's had more than his fair share of success. Ben Roethlisberger has won 2 Super Bowls, is considered to be a Hall of Famer, has been able to live up to his billing as well and been noted for it. Really, every great quarterback in this league, obviously Peyton Manning before he retired, won 2 Super Bowls. They all got their just due, and Phillip Rivers would fall into that category of, I think, sentimental favorite if we get into this postseason and they've got a chance to make a run at it.
Absolutely. It's kind of like when John Elway, hadn't won a Super Bowl.
Well, right,
and everybody
forever,
was
right.
really wanting him to win. And then, of course, he ended up winning too. But it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, the guy that never won it, who is still saddled with that label unfairly to some extent, is Dan Marino. Dan Marino.
I know.
And I'll tell you something that's aged. When you go back and watch Dan Marino tape now, and you see him at Pitt, and you see him in Miami, go look at that release again, and you realize there's never been a better release. Nobody's ever gotten the ball out of their hand faster than Dan Marino did. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They just got done doing another you want to say Patrick Mahomes? It's incredible, Tom, but Dan Marino's that's the best comparison is Mahomes to him.
Think about poor Jim Kelly going 4 times in a row and not winning.
Yeah, and Jim was good, but he was no Dan Marino.
No, he wasn't, but I'm just saying, you'd think 1 in 4 chances.
Well, if Ass can make a kick, they would have won one, and that would have been it, but Norwood pushed it right, and there you go.
I know. Bless his heart, I'm telling you.
Houston at the Jets.
Oh, Houston at the Jets. I'm taking Houston.
It's a Saturday game. Cleveland.
Oh, that's weird. Have they done that before?
Of course, Mother. Get it together. They've done it for years.
Oh, okay. I guess
Once college football ends, then they go on and start playing games on Saturdays for the NFL.
Okay.
Come on, Mama. Cleveland at Denver.
Oh, golly. I took Denver because it's at Denver.
I'm taking
Hard
Cleveland.
To pick against them.
I'm taking Cleveland. We got another one different. Here we go. I'm taking Tom's Cleveland team. He loves the Browns. Here we go.
I like the Browns too now. I do too, but I took Denver at home.
I could just picture the listeners now saying that I was too harsh to you a moment ago about the Saturday games. Listen, I'm saying this right now. I hold my mom to a high standard. She's sharp as a tack. I'm not going to let her slip. That's the way it works. All right, Oakland's at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Washington's at Jacksonville.
Now, that game is ridiculous. I'm taking Jacksonville.
Me too. Miami's at Minnesota.
I know. Now, that game also worries me. I'm taking Minnesota.
Me too. That's it. Last time all year. They lose that game, I'm off of them for life.
I know.
Detroit,
me too.
Detroit, Buffalo.
Detroit.
I'm taking Buffalo. We're going with Big Buffalo. All right, Josh Allen, run around, young man. Just run around. Tampa Bay's at Baltimore.
Oh, no, I'm taking Baltimore. I'm giving up on my poor Bucks.
Well, that's not an easy go there to go to Baltimore. Freezing cold
weather,
best defense
it is.
in the
Now,
league.
it'll be just like them to win, though.
If they win that game, good Lord, then they're going to do a disservice to us all because it means, A, they will tempt us with the possibility of sneaking in as a wild card, and B, they'll remind all of us that they're perhaps saving that ass's head coaching job, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't be upset if they beat Baltimore.
Dallas is at Indianapolis. Great game here. Great game. Yeah, that's a good one.
It is a good game, but I'm taking Dallas.
1 o'clock on Fox. I'm watching that.
They're serious.
They are serious, yes. Arizona's at Atlanta. Boo.
I know, that's not a good game, but I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, that's putrid. Tennessee's at the Giants.
Tennessee.
I'm taking the Giants. Here
we my
go.
Lord.
Let's go, Eli. Come on, Eli. Let's get it together. Green Bay's at Chicago.
I'm taking Chicago.
I'm looking at you, Aaron Rodgers. It's his. Hey, this is it right here. They don't win this game, they're done.
It, but listen, Chicago is.
I love Chicago's defense, but I'm not a Trubisky guy. I'll take Chicago. I'm telling you, when Green Bay wins, I'm going to be so angry.
I know you're going to be mad.
Seattle's at San Francisco. Seattle for both of us. New England at Pittsburgh.
What happened to wait a minute, did we miss one?
No, I just told you Seattle at San Fran. We skipped it. I told you.
Okay, all right, Seattle, yeah. Okay, I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Me too.
Because you know what? They have to win.
You're damn right. There it is. Good call, Mama. You and I both. Philadelphia at the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
That's a beatdown. The Saints at Carolina.
I'm taking the Saints.
That's correct. Okay, we got 3 games different.
3 games different. All right, yeah, the Cleveland-Denver game, the Buffalo-Baltimore, the Buffalo-Detroit game,
yes.
and the Giant-Tennessee game.
How about that? Look at that. I think I'm on the underdog side in all 3 of those games. That's the kind of cojones I bring to the table right there. That's I'm just telling you, calling it out.
You're all full of yourself because you had such a good week last week. That's confidence. That's what it does for you.
That's a lot of confidence, right? Brimming with confidence. Love you, Mom.
I love you, too. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see what happens with these games.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you later. Remember there's 2 games on Saturday, Mom. Remember, there's 2 Saturday games.
Oh, I know. No, I'll be watching. I know. You know, it's funny. After you said that, I guess I do remember once college is basically over, then they do that. So I guess it slipped my mind.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. All right, sweetie. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you, too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so You can't do that. You got to let him know.
Yeah, well, I'm going to remind Bryce, when I see him when he's in his 30s, like I am right now, say, hey, be harsh on your dad.
Yeah,
okay?
No, that's fine.
That's how he was.
We hold high standards. The Camerons are holding to high standards. Get it together.
So last Sunday, I was watching the NFL, all the games at once down in the Tampa Bay area with show contributor Chris. He came by, and so Buffalo was on one of the screens. He goes, man, Josh Allen is apparently Michael Vick these days because all he does is run.
He runs around, yeah.
But the number came out on it this week that Josh Allen's 335 rushing yards since Week 12 are the most by a quarterback in a 3-game span since, not Michael Vick, some guy named Tobin Rote, who had 373 in 1951.
Nobody's ever heard of Tobin Rote.
Nobody's had 400-plus in 4 games since Rote did it with 421 in 1951. So Josh Allen is doing something in a 3-game span that Michael Vick never did.
So Tobin Rote must have been a freaking menace. People must have been like, who the hell is this Tobin Rote? Tobin Cornelius Rote is now a fat old white guy who you would never have guessed was a speed demon back in the day.
We always thought he was going to pitch on the option. He just never pitched.
He also
kept it.
He also played for the Toronto Argonauts and the Chargers and the Broncos and the Packers and the Lions.
What do he and Josh Allen have in common other than these numbers? Josh Allen will someday play for the Toronto Argonauts.
Yeah, or all those other teams too, just because they'll say, well, we'll have an athletic backup. Let him just run around. Yeah, by the way, he's been dead, has Tobin Rote, since 2000. Died in Saginaw, Michigan. In his career, he passed for over 18,000 yards. He went to Rice, by the way.
Oh, Rice.
Smart guy. Yeah, 6'2". So he was a big dude.
Oh, God,
yeah.
He was a giant
back then, man. Those people must have been like, look at this monster. Damn it, he got the corner again. Bob, go tackle him. I can't. I'm 5'6". Have you seen that giant's thighs? What am I supposed to do with that? He was 6'2", 220.
Man, that's like a tackle in those days.
He's walking alongside getting drunk with Babe Ruth going, I'll take you. I'll take you, babe.
I'm Tobin Rote.
Let's go. Let's get it on. I'll certainly outrun you. It's Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
This Day in Sports brought to you by Superlube. Superlube, 19 Tallahassee area locations. Quick, convenient, no appointment necessary.
This Day in Sports History.
December 14th, 1988. NBA expansion team, the Miami Heat, won its first ever game in franchise history, snapping a 17-game losing streak to start the season. The Heat defeated the Los Angeles Clippers 89-88 in a game played at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. The Heat would finish the year 15-67, which was bad enough but dead last in the entire league.
In 1945, Jack Whitten started a glass company in Tallahassee. Now, over 70 years and 3 generations later, it's still working every day, doing just as Jack wanted, giving his customers real solutions for replacing window glass, providing custom-cut mirrors, and supplying superior bath and shower enclosures. Local building contractors know Whitten Glass takes care of Tallahassee business. They prefer Whitten because of their precision and mastery of eye-catching storefront glass and countertop glass. It's a fact. When you choose Whitten Glass, you're working with real glass people who will take care of you to your complete satisfaction. It's what Jack Whitten wanted, and it's been the Whitten way of doing business for over 70 years. Whitten Glass, Tallahassee's first family in glass since 1945. Call Whitten Glass today or visit them online, 850-222-5781 or whittenglass.com.
Get your weekend started right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio, Saturdays at 6 a.m. with Fishing Florida Radio. Listen to the three amigos, Boudreaux, Steve Chapman, and Captain Mike Ortega, as they catch you up to speed on what's new and biting in the North Florida region. Big-time guests, celebrities, interviews, and 3 hours of the fishing info you need. Fishing Florida Radio is brought to you by Sea Quarters Marina off Highway 98 in Caravel. Sea Quarters Marina, your full-service marina, and presented by Hobbit American Grill and Mike's Marine Supply.
Are you ready to experience an awesome fishing expedition? Sea Quarters Marina is home to several great charter services. All charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
If you enjoyed Welcome to Rockville over the years, get ready for May 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Metropolitan Park in Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to Rockville 2019. Tool, Korn, Rob Zombie, Judas Priest, Shinedown, Prodigy, Incubus.
Mantra.
With Bring Me the Horizon, Papa Roach, Evanescence, Chevelle, The Cult, The Struts. In this moment, 3 days, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Go to WelcomeToRockvilleFestival.com for all ticket and lineup info. Tool, Judas Priest, Rob Zombie, Incubus, Korn, Shinedown, and so many more. Florida's #1 rock festival. Welcome to Rockville.
At Township and College Town, for the table, by the people is not just lip service, it's their mantra. Tallahassee's largest beer hall offers drafts served in steins and a unique twist on upscale pub fare. Just walk up and order for the table and grab a seat by the people. Some you may not even know. If you're looking for a more intimate gathering, Township offers The Garden, a unique setting to Tallahassee complete with outdoor fireplace and a retractable awning. Oh, and let's not forget the 32 taps and private bar. Book it for your next party or company event. Township Tallahassee, 619 Woodward Avenue in College Town.
Still looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Orca Coolers has something for everyone on your list. This Friday, December 14th, you can shop Orca's Last Chance Sale, where you'll receive 20% off site-wide on America's best high-end coolers and drinkware. Additional discounts will be given on certain products every 2 hours starting at 7 a.m. So don't miss your last chance to make this the coolest Christmas ever. Shop now at orcacoolers.com.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Eagles coach Doug Peterson says quarterback Carson Wentz doesn't need surgery but is questionable for Sunday's game against the Rams with a stress fracture in his back. Wentz will travel with the team. He will eventually need rest for the injury to heal. The Chargers beat the Chiefs last night after coming from 14 points down in the fourth quarter. After a touchdown with 4 seconds left, Phillip Rivers finds a wide-open Mike Williams for a game-winning 2-point conversion. ESPN's Steve Young.
Anthony Lynn, as a young coach, you say to yourself, what are the odds? What would you do? Would you take one play from the two on the road in Kansas City with all that's, or would you want to play it out and drip it out? And I just think that the coaches more and more are saying, no, I got my shot here on the road, I'm going to take it. And with that bad trade-off by two corners that just didn't trade off well, it was wide open. I don't remember a play like that where it's just a bust from the one. It's very unusual.
The Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a win and snap a 9-game losing streak against the Chiefs. The last time they beat them was 2013, which was the last year they made the playoffs. The Jets put the team's leading rusher Isaiah Crowell on injured reserve with a toe injury. He'll miss the rest of the season, ending his streak of playing in 77 straight games to start his career. Dirk Nowitzki finally made his season debut for the Mavericks last night, officially starting his 21st season with the team. That's a new NBA record, breaking Kobe Bryant's mark with the Lakers. Nowitzki missed the first 26 games of the season after surgery on bone spurs in his left ankle. Suns president Jason Rowley says the team is not talking with any other cities about a possible relocation. A Phoenix City Council vote on the proposed renovation of the Talking Stick Resort Arena has been postponed until January.
Broadcasting live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Cornerstone Tool and Fastener on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Quarter Pocket Bar and Grill. Quarter Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachian Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Come on, bowl season. I'm waiting on you. Ready to go. Get it started tomorrow. It's going to be a long, rainy weekend. God, dog it, Tallahassee. Enough. Every other day with the rain. It's starting to get to me, Tom. It's starting to get to me.
That sounds like it, yes.
I'm really about done. When you got two little kids who can't get outside and play.
That's what it is.
It's crazy, and I don't blame them. And damn it, man. Every day with this. And when, Tallahassee rain. It's like, you wake up in the morning, you walk outside, it's raining. It'll be raining tonight at 10. It doesn't just, move on through. It's not fleeting. It's going to be here for a while. Start building the ark. It's ridiculous. When we went away, when we went out of town.
Is that what happened here?
Yeah. Flooding. It's just silly.
Really? Well, yeah, you got a property to look at when you come home. So I guess you saw some standing water in your yard, that kind of stuff?
It's just dumb, and it never stops. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. If it just be really cold and snow already, then give me something.
Right, yeah. If you're going to do that.
Yeah.
This is the football team. It's half measures, This is cold rain.
Yeah, so it's very frustrating, and but that's all right because tomorrow we will hole up in a establishment that has football games on, and we will watch. We have the NFL tomorrow, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
College bowls begin tomorrow, Tom. Just roll on Big River into the holiday season for real because next week's the week where a lot of people take time off. A reminder that you guys, if you haven't signed up, I don't know if we filled up the teams just yet. I haven't asked you about this.
Monday at 5 is the deadline. And then
Monday
we will
at 5 is the
randomly
deadline.
select with a surplus.
That's right. ESPNTallahassee.com. Go there. Look on the front page. You'll see now the Jeff Cameron Show Bowling Tournament going to take place there, helping our friends at the Guardian ad litem. Our thanks to the fine folks at Capitol Lanes for agreeing to do this last second the way that they did. We've got 12 lanes. Let's get it on. 1 week from today. I'm feeling it. I'm bowl 167 to start.
Ooh, 167
to start. We may be teetering right there around 200 before the night's over.
Oh boy!
Our event begins at 6:30, and I think they start there at Capitol Lanes. I was told the Cosmic Bowling. I don't know if that's at 8 or 8:30, but I'm guessing we're going to be there around the time the Cosmic Bowling gets underway. And does that mess you up? Cosmic Bowling messes me up. When they turn the lights off, for some reason, it messes me up.
It depends if the arrows glow or are visible. If I can see my little proximities.
All you need is the arrows.
Right? I'm not bowling towards the pins. I bowl towards the arrows. Yeah. When I'm doing what I should do, yes.
When you do your little twistity-do.
My poor knee.
Man, you have just really tried to hurt yourself.
No, my knee, I'm already in pain thinking about that. It's not good.
Start stretching, man. Start getting your stretch on.
Grab ankles.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that. I'm saying stretch. You got to get ready. You got to get ready to roll.
Bohica, baby.
You got to get there. Oh, man. Well, that is always a great event, and I just am glad we're able to do it. Already somebody stopped off and dropped off gift certificates, I should say gift cards today here at the station for people to help out, for us to help out the kids of the Guardian ad litem. They also did the right thing for the thing that Eddie and I are doing. Another reminder as we head to the weekend, a lot of you will have a chance to take a breath here as we go into Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you'll be out Christmas shopping. If you are, don't forget, a lot of kids in the surrounding areas, some of the other counties, even this county, really struggle to have the basic necessities. And I was talking with Eddie, the owner of Gordo's and Bumpas and Banditos, and my dear friend, more importantly. And he said, there's something we could do, Jeff. Just let people know. It doesn't even have to be all that official. Let's just let people know if they drop off jackets, middle school kids, elementary school kids, high school kids, doesn't matter. Jackets, sweatshirts, anything you can afford to do that helps out, we will deliver them. We will make sure that folks get what they need. And so you can do that. You can drop it off here at the station. You can drop it at any of the Gordos in town or Bumpas on Capitol Circle, the new restaurant from Eddie. They're collecting that stuff now. So, for example, the other day I actually ran into a Walmart to grab something real quick, and they've got great deals on just these little throw-over sweatshirt type things. They're like $10. If you can do it, please, because the kids could use the help. Nobody should be sitting at a bus stop freezing their ass off. And we're both wearing our teams. Well, that's not your team.
It's not my team, but
it's in support of your girlfriend's team.
Yeah. It's also super comfortable. This thing, the NFL gear.
Oh, they do a good job.
If you're going to pay like $90 freaking dollars for it.
I got my Bucks gear on, buddy.
There you go. I got my Bucks hat on.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, man, I got to make sure.
You're just a walking contradiction.
It's where the brain is, right? That's with the Bucks.
You got your comfortable Viking sweatshirt on, but I think that's more about moral support for a team that's about to leave the railway.
Well, they're on the decline.
They've got some issues. I'm actually, listen, for all of our talk today of the game that took place last night and my frustrations, I got what I wanted. I got a fourth quarter ending that lingers and another red-ass, angry Phillip Rivers performance that guy right there, I love him. We're going to miss him when he's out of the game. That is a fearless dude who keeps competing at all times and is ultra tough. I just hate that endings like that are so often littered with just arbitrary flags in critical situations. My biggest complaint, I guess, to lend clarity to what I was saying earlier, I don't mind that you, again, are trying to do things to make the game safer. So if that leads to an increase in penalties because of those kinds of calls, I'll live with it. But we're not doing that anymore. I don't like that either, by the way, because I think those are too difficult for refs in a bang-bang situation to really discern. But okay, I'll live with that. But that's not even what we're doing anymore. We're getting people on ticky-tack, 3rd and 9, you're going to call hand fighting. We got to stop that. It's a game for men. It's a game that is violent. It is a game that is played with a lot of physicality. There's no way around that. You got to let the players decide the damn game. Now, if it's obvious, if you got a takedown, you got to call it. But you'd call that at any point. If you've got a grab around the waist or a pulling of the shoulder or something like that, you got to call it. But this stuff where guys are just hand fighting as they go up for the ball and they're both going for the ball, you cannot throw that flag.
Well, there's the one before the end of the first half where they called a strong safety for it was holding, defensive holding.
Yeah.
And you would think it was defensive holding because of how off the throw was to Antonio Gates, but it was just a really terrible throw. So the circumstances make it look like more of a foul than it actually was. And you do see that a bunch. Drives continued for stupid reasons. And think about it this way, though. For the NFL this week, they've done a much better job, I think, before the season started where we were projecting officials butting into results.
Nightmarish,
right?
Yeah.
It's better than we thought it was going to be. But for this week, not so good because they got the leaping call wrong on Monday night where Seattle's up 6-0 at that point, and that block changes everything.
That's a big deal.
That's it. Yes. Yeah, because it's 15 yards, and that's a first down.
Yes.
And they're probably going to go up 7-6. And in this case, last night, you've got the game being changed that way for a call that was made. So they missed one on Monday, and they made one on Thursday. Both caused consternation.
I also just think you can't have game after game in which there's 17 to 20 penalties. There were 17 penalties last night. And on 3rd down, you had 12. I mean, I think I had these stats. I'm trying to remember what I had. It was like 12 separate occasions. It was either 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 7 or more in which the flag is thrown. Man, you are erasing a huge deficit, right? So 3rd and 11, I try to throw a screen pass. Other side of the field, you call a defensive hold that's a little ticky. It's first down. The drive stays alive, which lends credence to the argument that the league desperately wants to see more scoring. So they're not going to let drives end if they don't have to. If you do anything that's let's throw that flag, keep that drive alive.
If you got a pickle jar in the house, the NFL is about opening that pickle jar with your hands. That's the way it should be. But instead, they have safety jar. You ever use safety jar? The big lever?
Yeah.
Force times lever arm.
Yeah.
That's what these penalties are. It's safety jar.
God, it drives me nuts.
Got to open up that pickle jar yourself, man.
I like I like Los Angeles, the Chargers. I like Phillip Rivers. I like that team. I like the bravado in which the end of the game was called. I like the going for 2 in that situation. I don't think enough teams do it.
Well, some teams pay for it, though, like Tennessee did over in London. It made no sense for them to go for it.
That makes no sense for them. You got to understand your situation. The situation, if you've got a Hall of Fame quarterback that you trust and skills at the wideout position at running back, where you're a team that has or you got a play that you love. That's the other thing. These 2-point conversions, a lot of these teams, when I praise them, it's that they clearly have a plan for that play specific. Like you can bet, just like in the Super Bowl when New England did it, right? You knew they had a play ready for that occasion, right? That quick throw that is almost impossible to stop down the line. You got to have a play ready. And if you do and you trust it and you haven't revealed it before, run it, man.
For me, I think it matters more than home and away who's on the other sideline, what offense is on the other sideline. So Ron Rivera got bid on it this year. That's Stafford and the Lions, man. You're going to be okay. I think you're going to be okay in that game.
Yeah.
And then overseas,
that actually made no sense.
I forget who the hell Tennessee was playing, but it was a massive comeback. And you have all the momentum in the world. I forget the opponent, but they were dominating both trenches. I mean, you don't need to force the action there. But if it's Mahomes and Tyreek Hill,
you don't want to give them the ball.
And that Williams kid last night who went crazy.
Yeah,
you may want to end this thing right here, right now.
Well, and also they were on a 9-game losing streak to that team. They couldn't beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. You have to get that win. And so I think, again, you've got a Hall of Fame quarterback that you trust to make a good decision here. You've got skill at the wide receiver position. And I think at that point, they just figured, listen, I kind of look at it this way, too. If you're the better team, you don't have to do it. If you're not, you may want to do that. You never want to be the dog as the game goes longer. So if you got a chance to end a game, and San Diego is not much worse than Kansas City, but they're not quite Kansas City, and they're certainly not wanting to give the ball to Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and those guys. So that's a right call. If you're the underdog and you've somehow got it to the 60th minute and you got a chance from the 2 to win the game, you don't want to play another 10 minutes. You're not going to beat that team. Talent, it's like when you see these underdogs that have a huge lead in a college basketball game, and they're holding on for dear life, and Carolina hits the 3.
Yeah.
You're like, well, they're done. That's it. Talent's going to take over. I look at it the same way in the NFL. If I'm a average to subpar team, Cleveland, and I've got Kansas City or somebody on the ropes, I'm going for 2.
You want to hear what I'm still it really bothers me. I'm sick to my stomach over this. And it's nothing big time in real life. First world problem. I forgot to take Spencer Ware out and put Damian Williams in last night. And when I flipped to that, I got so locked into the Lightning game. So when I flipped over to Fox and I saw that it was the first possession of the game, I think LA had the ball. My stomach dropped. And I'm fighting for my playoff life right now because we play a 17-week league.
Ouch!
And I think it cost me everything because that's 0 points for 30-some-odd points.
Well, and I'll tell you what hurts me, Tom.
I'm dead inside, dude.
I had to make a decision on Tyreek Hill. I was weighing the options. I couldn't figure out where to go. The heel injury, but when you've got the number 1 receiver in points on the year saying he's going to give it a go and he's going to play, can you bench him?
Yeah.
Can you sit him? I couldn't, so I started him.
Yeah.
4 points.
That's better than my 0. Now, there's a 3% chance I actually made the move, but I don't have the guts to go look and see that.
You don't think you did?
I don't think I did.
No, because you would have already known. No, you didn't do it.
I know. But I'm still too afraid to look. And I'm not going to look at the score until Sunday. Like if Kamara goes off and Jameis goes off for some reason against Baltimore.
Well, you need to sit your quarterback. Can you get another quarterback in there?
No, I mean, unless I want the rushing points for Josh Allen, which maybe that's a better play.
I don't want to play Jameis on the road at Baltimore. That's a tough. I love Jameis, but Baltimore's
well, my team
defense
is screwed. Like, listen, this is almost like the NBA Eastern Conference. A team is going to make the playoffs that's 2 or 3 games under 500. It's just a weird league this year. Somebody's won basically all the games, and you got so many sorry-ass teams. But I, through the last week's events with Kareem Hunt, got Spencer Ware, and then I got Damian Williams, and that's going to help flip everything.
Handcuffed yourself and did the right thing, right?
Well, I didn't have – no, I poached him. I poached Spencer. The person didn't have their handcuffs, so that's how I jumped into the conversation.
Yeah.
But still, I can't look. I just can't look. That is – you don't deserve to be in fantasy football if you make an error like that.
Tough loss, Tom. You got to be better than that. This is what happens when we're not organized.
Need some liquor.
Well, it's Friday. Good work out of you. What's next? What do we got next here?
We got
ESPN programming.
No, we got Rattler Review, Roy Chirac.
Damn it, I didn't know that. I did know that, but I forgot about that, and I just thought the end of football season I'd forgotten.
We're continuing on down that road.
Oh, well, I'm excited then.
It's been
That's
extended
awesome.
past football season.
Well, sweet. That's good to know. Rory does a great job. All right. Rattler Review up next. Stay tuned. Good stuff. Good work out of you, Tom. Good work, Matthew. Don't forget to sign up for the bowling tournament on our website, ESPNTallahassee.com. Get it done. It's always a great event. It's 1 week from today, almost about 1 week from right now. Take care. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.